As my good friend Christopher James always says, if you like nice kills and one touches, then listen to Between Nerds Podcast. Hey guys, it's Between Nerds Podcast. Drew Philip Elias. That's Aldo Mendez over there at the end of the table. This is good friend CJ. Also by, I think you go by Christopher James sometimes, correct?
Every now and then.
We are here for episode... Jesus, what episode is this? 134?
134.
What?
So.
I don't even know how that's physically possible. I think I was trying to remember like what 80-something felt like the other day, and I couldn't even remember.
You guys are trying to be like One Piece.
Welcome to the One Piece of podcasts. Today, CJ's back to talk about season 2 of the production IG sport volleyball monstrosity that is Haikyuu. Manga ended 2 years ago already, or was it last year?
I think it was last year, I want to say. I want to say it was last year.
Early last year, something like that?
Somewhere around there, yeah. It was going big on Twitter when it ended.
It was going real big. This is this the third episode of March Madness 2023?
Third episode? Yes. I believe
okay.
So. Yes.
And then, halfway through the week, me and Aldo had like a kind of a hilarious conversing. Because
go ahead. Sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
you can speak too. This is your podcast too. Sometimes.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, last week we talked about the Summit of the Gods, and now that I had more time to like simmer on it, what a great film, dude!
Absolutely.
What
I think our episode was really good. I told you that when you came in. I think that's probably the best recording we've had in maybe like 5-6 weeks. Honestly, I'm not even sure that's true because like I think how we recorded Kaguya-sama Love is War was also really funny.
Yeah.
But anyways, what I was gonna say is that we discovered this new piece of technology called a calendar, where you can look at like weeks and months and like look at the dates and where they line up with the given week.
Oh, I think I've heard of those.
Yeah, you heard of those? So we barely figured out on Thursday that there are 5 Wednesdays in March.
Yeah.
Which means that we have 5 episodes coming out for March Madness.
For your enjoyment.
Yeah. So March Madness is just our sports-themed anime month. Like, we just watch, like, all these sports-themed and shove them into one month. So we have to do an extra episode that we didn't plan for, but I think it'll work out. Do you want to talk about it, Aldo?
I think I do, man. Blue Lock. So it's going to finish on the 25th?
Yeah, it's gonna end. Okay, all right. Nifty calendar right here. It's going to end on the 25th. So then our episode that would come out the 29th, we'd be able to cover the entirety of season 1 of Blue Lock, which is 24 episodes.
Cool. Yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah, and the way things are going, man, you guys are in for it.
But Haikyuu. Last time we talked about Haikyuu, I mean, I fucking loved it. I even passed a little bit.
There goes the monetization. No, keep it. We're already here. I'm not monetized. Don't worry about it. And, subscribe to Between Nerds Podcast, so we're that much closer to being monetized, please.
Yes. Also, we liked it.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I wanted to cry like a baby every other episode. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's six seasons?
Right now there's 4 seasons.
4 seasons.
Yeah.
And they're expecting either like a movie or another season.
The next season 5, I believe, is going to be a movie.
Okay.
It's still aging really fucking good, even out of the second season. The first season looked awesome. The second season looked amazing.
Season 2 came out in 2015.
All the games, like you guys were saying, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Some of these spikes, some of these like quick, like here's a little bit about volleyball. It's fucking insane.
The little insight, that they give you, the information.
Yeah, shout out to Haruichi Furudate. Like, honestly, the mangaka for this, like, the panel compositions look crazy. I was going through YouTube videos. I just wanted to see what the manga looks like. And I was looking at some TikToks of it. The panel composition is absolutely immaculate. Like, the way he, like, even, like, storyboards, the way he structures a page looks crazy.
Yeah. I think it allows you to, like, most people are like, how are you going to get this fast-paced game in a manga? I think he incorporates that really well because there's never a moment where you're like where you're pausing. You actually feel like it all flows really, really well.
Yeah.
Even when you're reading it, so you're like, oh, wow. It feels like like you're watching like a live game reading it. It's kind of weird.
And I think that's how the anime feels. Like, it doesn't feel cheap. Like it's high-powered and it's, like, as cool as they're trying to make volleyball seem, you feel it. You absolutely feel it. It's like...
From like just like jumping to side to save the ball or something like that, then it goes to somebody else, and just to see like the movement of the scene on that, it looks fucking crazy.
Just even the way they animate the ball, crazy. Like sometimes they have this like this type of shot where like the camera will follow the ball. And like, so if the ball's spinning, like the camera spins with it. So there's like so many scenes where like they learn a new quick jump attack where like the ball's just spinning in one place in the air and like the camera is just moving. And every time like you feel like Hinata's about to approach it, you're just like as an audience just watching it. Whole frame is spinning and then it just like slows and it's like you're in slow motion with Hinata and you're just like you feel that hit with him. It's good direction.
It's good.
Good directing.
I feel like all the shots, the way you say, like the way you can see, I like the way they animate like impactful shots, but I also like what do they call them? I think they're called like dinks, like when they hit it like very very gently soft, and it's like they make it seem like they're about to like smash the hell out of it, and then it's just like a soft little gentle little touch, and then it just lands. I love those type of shots too, because the way they animate, the way they animate those is just really cool, because they have everybody going in slow motion because it catches everybody off guard and type stuff. It's like to me, I think they do a really good job of that.
I think so as well. Honestly, my thing is so like Production IG has done like a lot of like these really big, expensive looking things that are never like the biggest anime at that time, but they're everyone knows them. You know what I mean? Like Haikyuu, like this is the kind of thing we're gonna be watching for the next like decade. This is like this is where the bar's been set for like sports anime, right? And like they did like a lot of the Fate series, a lot of Fate Grand Order, like all those like clips you see on like TikToks of like Fate Grand Order clips from the films, that's all Production IG and it looks like immaculate. So I think it's like we got lucky. You know what I mean? We got lucky that like they care like that, because I can't even imagine something like Studio Mappa or even like I bet Cloverworks could, but like they're so overworked that like they're starting to resort a lot more to like kind of clunky looking CGI. The CGI here, like it's everywhere if you're looking for it, but it's tasteful.
But it's good.
Yeah, well, by the nature of the volleyball game essence to the manga, you need a lot of rapid movement and stuff like that. I figured that's easy to animate, right? But still, it looks really fucking good when they slow down that animation and they show you a frame of like
frame by
the
frame
jumping and the actual spiking, and then the ball getting some like sonic boom effects to it.
Like some reverberations in it. Yeah, I think the reason why a company like Production IG took him on is I believe the mangaka was also, I think he actually did play volleyball, so he knows a lot.
Oh, obviously, like, you could tell like, that watching it.
But like he knows, that's why he knows like a lot of like very specific.
Yeah, I would hope like he's clearly a fan of the sport. Like,
but I think he actually, I was reading somewhere not too long ago. I want to say he was either the libero or a middle blocker, believe it or not. So I think he was. So he relates a lot heavily to. I could be wrong about that, but he knows a lot. That's why he's like very.
I learned fucking volleyball tempos this
season. I learned.
Do you know how in the weeds like it gets?
It gets. I like that they break it down for people so you can actually, because I didn't know any of that going in. So learning it, I was like, oh, that's actually like really interesting.
And it'll get you lit with it. Like you hear somebody in the audience be like, "Oh, first the tip ball!"
Yeah,
you're just
like,
"Oh shit,
yeah.
first tip ball, let's go!"
Were you calling it with them too? Like, "Oh, second tip." I called that one. Hell yeah!
And having watched Captain Tsubasa just earlier this month, it feels so funny because in Captain Tsubasa they'll stretch what soccer is for this sixth graders to look amazing or to look like super like motivating and stuff like that.
They were like fourth graders.
Fourth graders, and here it's almost like effortless, I guess. So it's I don't know. The way we were talking about off mic about the audiences even being like not that filled up because it's just volleyball.
It's like mostly their families.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
It's realistic.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah. It's mostly their families and a couple of their friends from school, maybe your girlfriend or whatever.
I'm not listening. I am listening. Yes. But like it's because I'm going down this rabbit hole on like my anime list that like I always knew that Attack on Titan, the first like 2-3 seasons were produced by Wit Studio, right? But Wit Studio is a Production IG subsidiary. So like almost when I was talking about earlier, I wanted to talk about Attack on Titan. I'm like, why am I getting like the same sense from the animation? So like it's the same geniuses is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Weird. Anyways, I'm listening.
such a
What are we
nerd.
talking about?
Typical nerd being able to pick up all the.
I was just talking about just comparing Captain Tsubasa with Haikyuu.
Oh,
Also, I think with the animation, and I feel like Captain Tsubasa and what are we watching today? Haikyuu do it very well to make their character designs something that helps the animation, like how they make the bodies and stuff, like even the soccer games, like how they make the bodies here.
Yeah.
It's more long legs because we're gonna see a lot of like you
Yeah.
know, squatting and shit like that. It's crazy.
people to block and. Like,
I feel
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
I feel like I had that thought when watching like a TikTok about like they were making fun of some like American volleyball player because he's like 6'8", and they're like, why is he playing volleyball and not playing basketball? I'm just like, dude, like
that's the
he's like,
perfect sport.
yeah, what are you
That's the
talking
perfect
about? Like
sport.
he's gonna, hey, I've watched some Haikyuu. I understand how important that is.
It's
Like,
like, no, dude, this guy.
well, it talk about scholarships. There's a bunch of people going for basketball scholarships every year. You know what I
there's
mean?
not that many
Just
people
like
going
if
for
you're
it.
his parents, you're gonna be like, no, go for the one that you're gonna get the scholarship in, right? So like that's like so smart. Of
But
him.
it's probably hard as hell to play at an elite level like that. Even being tall is just not enough. You know what I mean?
There's like a whole game in season 2 of Haikyuu
Where they
make a big deal about just some dude being like 6'1".
No, he was. What did they say? 200 meters.
200 centimeters. What's 200 centimeters?
Yeah, 200
we did-
centimeters, yeah,
Yeah, we
200
did the
meters. Jesus
conversion.
Christ.
It was like 6'2".
It has to be 6'4", right? No,
No, it was like 6'2". Some shit like that.
Oh, he's like six. Like he's like 6'5". Okay, so yeah, he's like 6'5", 6'6". So that's pretty tall for a volleyball for a Japanese volleyball player.
That is pretty
pretty freaking tall.
That's 6'6",
So
6'7".
yeah. So
Oh,
look,
okay.
see, he's
Yeah.
up there.
That's
bro.
pretty
tall.
fucking
Yeah,
tall.
that's
I don't know what
tall.
you're talking about.
Yeah, that's
It's 'cause I thought you said
Hey,
6.1.
He's like, I'm 6'1". I can play
it's like,
volleyball in
no,
Japan.
Even if I was playing basketball against him, I'd be like, damn, this guy's pretty fucking tall. Dude. I'd be like, oh shit.
I thought you said 6.1. That's why.
No, I knew this. I remember they said 200 centimeters, and in my head I was like, dude, that's like 6'5", right, or 6'4".
So like everybody on our team's like what 180
think-
centimeters? They say everybody's like 180,
I think Suki-
right?
yeah, I think
so they're all
Suki-
like 5'10", 5'11".
Damn.
No, didn't Suki get? I think he grows a little bit
Yeah,
more
'cause-
towards the end of season 3.
Because the center.
Because I want to say Suki's like 6'2". I think he grows to be 6'2". I could be wrong.
They
How
always,
much is?
They always make a big deal of
Nishinoya.
Hinata being 162. So he's
Nishinoya
like,
is the short one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nishino's the short one.
so Hinata at 162 centimeters is not even 5'4".
That's Hinata.
Yeah.
No, so Suki's like what, like 180 or something like that, or 180 something, somewhere around there.
Well, 180 is
how much?
is 5'10".
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, then not. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn I remember because they do height measurements after season 3. I want to say.
I think it's the beginning of season 3 because I think I've seen that. The beginning of season 3
where
because
they measure their vertical jump on the basketball court.
Hinata's went up a bunch, and then he's surprised that what's the setter's name?
Kageyama.
That Kageyama like did it. He's like, yeah, you don't think I've been training too? But then like there's like this whole like funny reaction of Hinata coming in at 165. It's like, oh, I grew 3 centimeters.
He's a little
Like-
bit taller. Yeah, I remember because I could be wrong, but I remember Suki being. I think Suki's the tallest one. I think he's above 6 foot. He's either at 6 foot even, or he's like 6'1".
Hinata can jump. Like his jumping height is like 10 feet in the air though.
Dude, if Hinata was like 2 inches taller, he could dunk. Like,
Yeah,
he'd be like
yeah.
Nate Robinson. Like, that'd be crazy. I'd be like, yo, this dude like can fly in the fucking air.
Well, in the first time he meets the new first year setter for what's the cat school? Nekama?
Mm-hmm.
For Nekama, like that guy's pretty tall. I think they say he's close to 200 centimeters, or he's like 195 or
The
something.
Russian kid?
Yeah, the Russian.
Lev?
Lev,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, dude, he was tall as hell.
They
yeah.
say he's like 195, and like Hinata jumping hits the roof.
Oh yeah, when he hits the
Hinata's
his head.
his jumping height is for sure over 8 feet.
Oh yeah, dude, his vertical has to be like in the 40s, bro, for his size.
Which is neat. Like that's super cool. Like they
That's
make a big
insane.
deal. What we know in season 1 is he's just like some kid in
Superhuman.
elementary school.
Yeah.
Well, in elementary school, he was just walking by like the TV store and just saw like this college volleyball game, or it might have been the high school finals or something.
I think it was the high school one. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was
and
watching.
like he just saw some kid that was super short just got 10-foot vertical and just like out here killing fools.
Yeah, he was out there flying. People are like, damn. That's how most. No lie, that's how most people. I mean, look. Kids are probably watching Haikyuu nowadays and be like, "Yo, I want to play volleyball now." So it's kind of like the same
think?
thing. Yeah, I think so, bro. Because they said like volleyball views and all that because of the show got, especially because like during, for example, Blue Lock came out when the World Cup was going on now.
Yeah.
That was genius, by the way, because a lot more viewership.
You think
happened.
they did that on purpose?
Hell yeah, bro! I'm certain he did that on purpose. Maybe not like timed it exactly, but he was pumping out more because of the FIFA game. So now people were like, I just saw this FIFA game. I want to watch some more soccer, and now I have anime to watch. I think that's legit how it happened.
Listen, as somebody that reads Oshi no Ko avidly, I'm in the mangaka section. And I'm learning all about the strenuousness of being a mangaka, and I feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I understand it better than you do. So that's why I'm mansplaining to you for a second. All right, I need you to listen up.
Okay.
There is no way with his production schedule as it is, he tried to go above and beyond, even if it was the World Cup. Maybe he hired more help once the anime got announced and he was getting some more money in his pocket.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was. I guess I'm. What I'm saying is like they got more traction because it was coming out.
Are you mansplaining to me now?
I
don't like this feeling. No,
I'm mansplaining the mansplaining.
This is awful. No wonder people hate this.
That's just what I was saying.
Is that all a podcast is? Just like dudes mansplaining?
So one of them runs out of mansplanation. Like that's all it is. That's all it is.
Anyways, great conversation.
What are we talking? So the actual plot to season 2 of Haikyuu.
Yes.
What's it about, CJ? What happens this season? Tell me about it.
In the beginning of what we learned in season 1 was we lost.
Yeah,
we fucking lost.
Bunch of losers.
Yeah, we fucking lost.
Yeah,
we lost because we relied on the quick at the very end, and we were like, we are the shit because we can do this, and they shut us down. We lost.
Yeah, the beginning of the season, Hinata's still doing closed-eye quicks.
Closed-eye quicks, yeah. So he's
still
closing his eyes, and so we start off with weren't they doing bad in school?
Because he can't even trust his nerves to like hit a quick. So that's why he does it closed eyes. Because like if you look out, like you're gonna actually be trying to play the game, like you're not just jumping and swinging.
But what's crazy though is that since the fact that he closes his eyes and at this point in time, the whole skill relies on Kageyama putting the ball where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's all on Kageyama.
So even if you open your eyes, it wouldn't even matter because it's going to be where it needs to be regardless.
Yeah, but at one point it had to do with like him actually aiming at the floor.
Yeah, that's
he's going to spike it.
That's when he wanted to start improving. Yeah, so I mean, you have to incorporate that because you can't just keep your eyes closed.
Because they go to a club, right? Or no, to like a summer camp or something.
They get invited to the training camp.
Nekama invites them to a training camp with like all the other like powerhouses in that area.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we learn that Kageyama and Inata are both kind of dumb. Because
they're idiots. They're big idiots.
They're really dumb because isn't like the passing grade like 40 or something like
60.
that? Or something like that. Yeah,
I only know that kind of quintessential quintuplets.
and then these guys were scoring like 28s and 31s, and I was like, bro, these guys are fucking idiots, bro.
Like, what the hell?
It's like idiots.
Yeah, I was like, yo, they're dumb as hell.
It's the opposite of like Coach Carter. Like,
it's
like finish your volleyball and then you can do your school.
Yeah, these guys were like, no, I'm trying to just play volleyball. Like, bro, like, you guys are morons, bro. Like, what the hell?
Which is funny because like. They, especially in season 1, they're always saying Kageyama's a genius at volleyball. Like he's so like he's like Kobe with it. You know what I mean? He's just got like this innate knowledge, this head for volleyball. But then like just hearing somebody like who's the mean setter's name?
Which one?
The blonde one.
No,
not the setter. The center.
Oh, yeah. Tsukishima?
Suki's an asshole. Yeah. And, like, makes fun of him every chance he gets. Like, on the court, like, even he realizes, like, Kageyama's dope with it. You know what I mean? But then, like, as soon as high school, it's, wow, you are so stupid, dumb, bro.
It's like, bro, how are y'all... He's like, how do they call you a genius when you're, like, a literal idiot? Bro?
Does
like,
he literally say that? I think that's the exact line.
He's like, bro, you guys are fucking dumb, man. So... Now I think
He won't even tutor them, bro.
Yeah.
He
I
won't
think
even tutor them.
refuses. He was just
Suki
like-
is such an ass.
I think I remember. Yeah, doesn't he not to come up to him? And he was just like, he's like, "Yo, we need your help." He's like, "Nah, bro, that's on
your
y'all.
problem.
Like that's your guys' fault."
Like you're
He's
not
like,
on a team
he's
or
like-
something.
Yeah, it's like, bro, he's like, you don't need them. And he's like, bro, if you don't go, you don't go. That's like, that's not
Your
my
whole
fault.
offense is failing.
Yeah, so it's like, bro, it's like, all right, dude. It's like you're gonna lose if you go without us. You know that, right? But
What do you
it's
say?
like-
What did you want to say, Aldo? I see you itching over there.
No.
I thought you were gonna say something, and I
No.
felt like we weren't letting you speak.
No. Just enjoying the conversation.
It's
No,
like you're
just
watching
agreeing.
Between Nerds
Just
live.
agreeing. Yeah, no, just agreeing. I'm like, yeah, that also.
You get to
Doesn't
watch
also-
Between Nerds live and just
Doesn't
experience
also
it right here.
Nishinoya and
Oh, they're idiots. The bald one.
Tanaka, yeah, they also
Yeah.
like fail a test, right? But then they get a remake and then they pass it really quick. But then I don't know if it was in the actual episode or if it was in the OVA, but they do a practice test, and even on the practice test, these guys still only get like 40 points, and they're like, "Yo, how do you guys still?"
Well,
fucking fail?"
honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, like a quarter of the season has zero action. Maybe like half the season.
yeah.
Nothing. Like
Nothing.
Everything at the club, it was.
Well, the
It was
first like
more
quarter
fast-paced.
is like this whole like just tutoring thing that CJ's talking about, and like trying to recruit the new
turns like
the new who's the girl?
Yachi, the manager.
Yeah, the new
Yeah.
manager, because like
She's
they're
like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah,
Well,
she
she's
gets
I'm
all
afraid of
excited.
boys.
Yeah, she's like, I get it. Doesn't she like spaz out when the coach comes by? She's like, "Oh my god, a guy with an earring!" Like,
Yeah,
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 freaking
yeah.
me out, and she like runs away.
Well, his hair's dyed blonde too. It's like supposed to be a big,
rebellious?
yeah. So he's got like piercing, like for a place that's super conservative. It's like what seeing somebody with a face tattoo would have been like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you're like, oh my god, this guy's got a tattoo on his face.
we don't have anything like that anymore. People just got tattoos.
Yeah,
all
like
the
now
time.
you see something, you're
You
just
see
like,
part
of the
Like,
norm.
he
Piercing
probably
their
was an
face.
engineer.
Yeah, you don't
it's
even
like,
know.
yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I'm an accountant, but you know, I do taxes.
That guy probably
It's like,
works
oh,
in
shit.
tech. Like,
It's like, oh damn, that guy probably, I don't know, works in a warehouse.
he probably makes more than me.
Yeah, it's like, yo, most people
even
like
if he
that.
is a tattoo artist,
Yeah.
for sure.
I
Like,
saw
hell yeah.
I saw a TikTok that was like, oh, back then it was like, oh, you have tattoos, like, oh, he's probably like a thug or something like that, and then
just
now,
got out of prison.
Yeah, it's like now you think like, oh, he has a lot of tattoos, like he has a lot of money.
Well, money, yeah, it's like, damn, bro, you have a lot of money to spend on those fucking
That's
tattoos.
always my
Yeah.
first thought. Like, one of my first thoughts is like, where'd you get? Like, anytime I see somebody with a new tattoo, I'm like, where'd you get
Where'd you
it?
get-
And how much you put? And how much was it?
Yeah.
Always, just grabbing like somebody's arm and just being like,
Oh, how much was that?
yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So that raise came in, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, what was this on credit?
do you have an IOU on these?
He leased the tattoo.
Yeah, for real.
Because
To be
tattoos-
honest.
Tattoos nowadays, man. Like,
But like, I'm glad you brought up the mom for the new manager. What's her? So the
I
manager is
Yachi's the name. Of
Yachi,
of
the girl.
manager, yeah.
She's got like a singular like pigtail out the
Yeah,
side
The
of her
blonde
head.
hair, right? Yeah, the little
Yeah. But there's this weird like mini arc with the mom.
I like that. Though. I like that though, because the mom
because
instills.
she's a girl boss.
Well, I like that because the mom straight up tells her, she's like, "Yo, don't join this team if you're not gonna put the same amount of passion that they put into that
Right,
shit."
right.
She's like, because then
Well,
you're not gonna do it the service.
She doesn't even mean it in a mean way. She's just saying it so bluntly. She's just like, don't
half-ass it.
half-ass
Yeah.
it. Like if you're gonna be interacting with people that are about it, because the mom's supposed to be a big businesswoman,
Yeah.
then like just stand out of the way. Don't
Yeah.
even like
'Cause you'll just
pretend.
drag 'em down,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're just gonna bring them down. And then like even her assistant's like, hey, you didn't
Damn,
have to
that's
say
kinda
that.
mean.
And I think it's funny the honorifics he uses sensei, so like teacher or like upperclassman.
Like, yeah.
So it's not just boss. Like he
She's learning
considers
from her.
himself to be learning
Yeah.
from her. Yeah. So like it's like his mentor. Like she's got like an apprentice in this guy, and then he's the one that like will interpret the mom's like
Words.
yeah, the mom being harsh, and then we'll like circle back around with the girl and be like, hey, she didn't mean it like that, but you should, if you want to do it, you should probably give it some effort, is what she's trying to say.
Yeah, because
Which is
they
a nice-
direct it very like Bad Witch and like Snow White kind of thing. Like, don't fucking do it. yeah.
Well, I think isn't it like kind of customary in Japan where they don't really like express their feelings that much. So she was kind of just being like direct, like, "Yo, come on, put your hole in it if you're really gonna do it," type thing, instead of like, "Come on, baby girl, don't do that." I don't know. That's just what I was thinking.
Probably, but then like,
Probably.
but then like, it's cool because like this mini arc that's only like 2-3 episodes comes back around, because like when she decides that she's actually going to be the manager, she like starts doing some graphic design.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
the mom helps her because she's in marketing, and she's just like, who's your audience, teaching her how to structure a flyer and stuff like that. And then it's cool, and I feel like the season starts when she takes like this badass like jumping photograph of Hinata, and the flyer is just him, HD, like it like if somebody printed that out of me, I'd be like, I'd be like,
shit. I gotta frame this.
That's the kind of thing your mom would keep like forever.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I mean?
Shit, I would keep that forever, man. That's amazing.
No,
that
it's super, and it feels like that's when the season starts a little bit. But like they're still failing. So like they show up late to the training camp or whatever.
Who's what's his name? Tanaka's sister, right? Is the one that drives him there. She was like, I was like, don't worry, I got y'all savior.
They just all call her Nissan.
Yeah. Everybody.
Bro, your whole team is calling your sister Big Sis.
Yeah, so it's like,
hey,
I would have been like, hey, can y'all like back them
relax,
up? Yeah, like,
relax.
Y'all need to chill. Like, she comes to the gates to support me, not y'all.
But then it's funnier because she instructs them
to say it. Yeah, she's like, y'all can refer to me as. She says her name, but then Nissan at the end.
Yeah, she's like, call me Big Sis.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So it's like,
what up, Big Sis? Hey.
All right, that's hilarious, bro.
That's sussy, bro.
But they get there. I think don't they say the scores? Because the way Aldo says it, like during like how there's no action during the games, like yeah, it's usually kind of like Team A versus Team B, and then they're like, and then that's the game, and then we see that Kurosawa keeps fucking losing over and over. So they have to do what's it called? The diving drills? Lunges. Oh man, those suck because we had to do this for basketball too. Those should suck. Man.
Well, honestly, like before we move on from there, there's this fun. I can't remember what she said, but like, so she's got Hinata and what's his name, the setter
Kageyama,
and Kageyama in the car. Kageyama's asleep, and then she's talking to Hinata, and she's saying like super suggestive stuff, like. I can't even remember what she's saying, but she like it almost sounds like she's hitting up on him for real. Or my interpretation is like, am I watching like what Hinata wants to hear? Because he's a kid. You know,
I get you.
Dumb, horny 15-year-old just being like,
and he's like, I'm a big sis. He's like, and I'm a big Kage was sleep in the back.
Hey, that's how I interpret it. She's saying things like that, like you gotta do it real good for your big sis. You gotta come in hard and give it your all for your big sis. Something like that. I remember. I read the stuff. I'm like, am I tripping? Like,
did I what is happening right now? It's like, whoa, wait a minute.
And what's also funny is like I sometimes like I'll switch between the sub and the dub for stuff. The dub's just not available anywhere.
I couldn't find it.
Nobody has the rights for it right now.
Yeah, what's the sub too? Yeah.
Nobody has the rights for it. I think with like Funimation falling out, they never. Well, obviously they bought Crunchyroll, so now Funimation's just on Crunchyroll, but they never like. I don't know, renewed the rights to the dub because I know I've watched the dub on Funimation before.
I've seen it on Netflix before.
On Netflix? Yeah, I didn't know that.
I saw the first two. That's where I saw the first two seasons. Like, yeah. Well, I saw the first season was on their dub, but I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of corny. So I was like, I'd rather just watch the sub. And then I saw second season sub, but I don't think I saw the dub for the second season there. But I know they had first season on Netflix
sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah, like when the Japanese.
Just nail it, bro.
The original, it's really good. You just don't mind watching with.
Nah, with subtitles.
I think Haikyuu is like that. Like it almost like you almost forget you're watching because it's nice voice acting and shit.
Yeah. And to be honest, like since it's a sport, you can kind of get what's going on with visual, so you really don't have to like you don't have to see that they go like you don't have to read when they say like, oh, now we're up.
They're
by
usually
one
saying
or
some dumb shit.
Yeah. It's like, oh, now it's a tie game, and then they show the score. It's like, okay, bitch, I saw that's a tie game. You don't have to read that, but I think that's what makes it really good.
I do think it's crazy how they really like will spend time going into every play of a game. To be honest, like the last game of this season is like what 5-6 episodes.
Yeah,
the whole set, like running through all 3 sets, they go through 5-6 episodes, bro.
I think that's to emphasize when they say that it's not over till the ball hits the ground. So you gotta see every
the shot direction in some of these plays, like. How the captain? Well, I'm jumping a little bit, but back in the tournament, the captain when he dives and like he hits the other player with his head, and he kind of has to get
Tanaka.
Like, yeah, he kind of has to get put like
for sure. He was concussed, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, he lost a tooth.
Yeah, he lost a tooth. Like to get that hit that hard in the face. It's pretty hard.
It's happened to me before. Went head to head with someone. We both dove for the ball.
Is that
during practice?
Is that why? That's the way you are.
Yeah, that's when it all was downhill from there. And so, legitimately after that, they were like, "No, you guys have to stay on this because it's a like concussion protocol."
Oh, for sure.
Like,
if only the NFL had those.
Right? Yeah. If only. AB would be a different man today.
Talk about not getting monetized.
NFL's never gonna sponsor us. Oh shucks, my NFL sponsorship.
You guys are talking shit. All right.
Oh dang it!
Madness.
Damn, I was so close. It was right there. But yeah, you guys should totally you guys should totally subscribe. Because me and Aldo were having this conversation. I want 500 like real bad. Like obviously I'd also love like 50,000, 500,000. But like 500 sounds like really cool right now. So like you guys should help us get to 500.
Help
subs.
us, yeah. Tell your friends about how you hate this podcast.
Just think about it. 500 people
But
like are listening to what you have to say. That's crazy to think. You know what I mean?
Our YouTube shorts hit like a K, bro. If I could transfer those all to subs, I'd be monetized.
Right. But that means 1 point whatever number it was, 1,000 people were actually like, oh, wow, these guys are kind of or they saw what you had to
the
say.
scroll through rate is about 50%. So give me that half. I want that 50%.
Right. We're half of y'all that was actually watching.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
We need y'all. We need your support.
Anyways, idiots. The training.
They finally arrived to there with Big Sis.
Hey yo.
They also tried this new shot. You know, they're also trying like this guy also like.
What shot they try?
No. They are telling this guy he should open his eyes now.
Don't take gorilla fart shots. Those aren't.
No, he says it. He's the one that says it. He's like Hinata goes up to Kageyama. And he's like, "Hey, bruh, I'm gonna start."
You barely got it.
What did you say?
Oh, dude, I'm talking about shots like taking. Never mind.
I'm telling you, he has a. Okay, and then,
it's because you guys weren't listening. Never mind. Talk about your shots. Go for it. Talk about volleyball, then, nerd.
And then I already lost. Oh yeah, Hinata's the one that goes up to Kageyama, and he was just like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna start opening up my eyes."
Well, he got that idea in one of the practices where the new manager chick was throwing balls to them because he had the sense when they lost to Seijo. Like it's like this vision that like you see with like a lot of with the aces and the spikers, is that like once you're at your peak, like the way they animate it, at least in the anime, is like everything else goes like really dark, like really like out of focus, and all they see is the spot where like the ball needs to be. Mm-hmm. And this is Hinata's like first sense of that. Because like I forget who says it. It's like, what was the view at the? Oh, it was
at the summit. The view of the summit.
Yeah. What's the view at the top look like? Mm-hmm. It was the old
Ukai, the coach.
The coach's dad or grandfather.
Yeah, Coach Ukai. Well,
yeah,
that's
Coach
actual,
Ukai.
Yeah,
Coach Ukai. Yeah. Like the first time he meets Hinata, and Hinata's like shorter. He's like, okay, if you're really a wing spiker, if you're really a center blocker, if you really want to be the ace, what did the view at the top look like? He was like, it was amazing, coach. Like I can't even describe that feeling, like being at the very top and being able to see the shot. And that's when he was like, he's about it. That's when he was like,
that little flashback with the
yeah. He was like, he's about it. That's when we get all this. So getting this third party recognition with Hinata is kind of cool.
Cool, yeah.
Super, super neat because like
it's like a testament to his work, man. He's like, don't we also get to see or is that later on? Don't we get to see his little sister? Or am I tripping? Or is that way later on?
I can't even remember.
That might be
remember
later
another list.
Skip what I said. Continue. That might.
Well, I'm just skipping between training arcs here because there's like 3 or 4 just all in a row in the very beginning. Like even going back to the one at the gym with all the different schools, which is essentially like summer camp, like Aldo was saying. It's cool because this is the first season, or that's not true. This is the first. This is the second season, not the first season. This is the first time that we start getting character development for everybody.
Yeah.
Like season 1 is just Hinata and Kageyama, all of it, all the time. That's it. But this is where we start getting some Yuki background. This is where we start getting other schools. Their backgrounds start coming up, like Kenma and his relationship with Lev and Tetsudo. That's the other wing spiker on Nekama.
The dude with the one that was like shutting down Hinata on the first plate, the guy with the spiky hair.
Yeah.
I want to say that's his name.
Yeah. So like
and Kudo.
So that's what's cool about this season. You like even the bench players. There's
get
like
shine.
a whole episode where all of a sudden the bench player was actually the leader of this club the entire time, and we didn't even know.
It was like this. Actually, if you when you're watching some of the episodes, he actually comes out. there's like few scenes where he actually kind of like takes control of Kageyama and Hinata. He's kind of like the voice of reason when there's a few times, do no lie, I swear to God, I was watching something, someone was talking about it. And they were saying, like, yeah, there's moments where he's just, like, where, like, for example, Nishinoya and Tanaka are trying to run away and they're trying to do something. He's the one that's grabbing them and pulling them back. Like, he's the one that slows them down. So he's actually kind of been there rallying.
He's like the second in command.
Yeah, pretty much. But, like, low-key hidden, you know what I mean? Like, in the shadows.
Well, so behind Daichi's the team captain, but, like, this... What's this other dude's name?
Enoshita?
What?
Enoshita? Isn't that his name?
Oh, yeah. So, how do you pronounce that?
I think it's Enoshita. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't really know.
Okay, we're going with Inachita.
Whatever.
So, anyways, him, like, honestly, like, in season 1, it's like I forgot he was there because they gave him such, like, a bland character model.
Yeah.
He might as well just, like, blend it into the background. He's an NPC, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much at that point. I was like, no lie, when they were like, I need you to run the team, I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I
was like, who the fuck is this? And then they were like, they show little flashbacks of what he's doing. I'm like, oh, that's right, he was there this whole time. But I was like, really? I thought they would have made, like, Kageyama or something.
No. Well, honestly, and Kageyama has a lot of, like, character problems with it. He gets angry all the time. Like, he's that kind of person, like, to play with that's just yelling at you the entire time.
He actually gets mad, like, when Aldo was saying when Hinata suggests that he wants to open his eyes, Kageyama straight up tells him, he's like, no, bro, we're already this late into the season and the prefectures are about to start and you want to do this now? It's like, it's not going to work. It's like, you have no training. He's like, you suck. He's like, you're nothing without me. And that's when Hinata's basically like, nah, bitch, like, let me grow, dude. Like, I'm trying to like be better.
Let me spread my wings,
yeah,
bro.
he's like, let me
but then
form
again,
a butterfly.
he still has the grudge of trying to beat his original team, like his other guy, his mentor, right?
Kaiwa.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
No, yeah, because they had just lost to Oikawa and Seisho, right? So that's all on, like, the forefront of the brains, and they're like, no, like, Oikawa wouldn't do this right now. Like, how am I gonna be Oikawa if you're gonna try to do a play that, like, we haven't even practiced yet?
Yeah.
And like half the season they're just practicing it, and Kageyama and Hinata don't even talk until they're actually at, like, the prelim games and stuff like that.
I like that they have. Do you remember they have a little side quest for Kageyama where he goes to Oikawa and he straight up asks him. I like that he has that. There's that moment where he tells him, he's like, okay, I have this friend that has this problem, and Oikawa straight up tells him, he's like, all right, don't be a bitch, dude. Like, tell me what
if you
really
need help.
Like,
tell
yeah,
me.
if you need
I
help,
can help
like,
you,
yeah,
bro.
he's like, just tell me what you really want to say. And he's like, all right, like, he's like,
I'm like that.
He's
as
like,
a person.
he's like, but he tells him, he's like, Hinata wants to open his eyes and get
Is
better.
that not true? Like honestly, if you're gonna call me or if you need a favor, I prefer
Don't
you
do
do
it.
it flat. No, just do it
say
straight
it,
up.
yeah.
Just
Just
say
say
it,
what you
dude. Don't be
need,
like,
yeah.
hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Dude, fuck off. What do you need?
Just say what you need. Or someone's like, it's how, like, how what they say, like, the joke about, like, females, they're like, do you love me? It's like, all right, well, what the fuck do you want? Like, how much is it gonna cost? Like, you know what I mean? Just be upfront. I get what you're saying. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, what was that? What was on the train of thought that I said?
Your disdain for women is all I heard. CJ.
That's not what I
It's
said.
all I heard.
That's not what I
Whoa,
said.
there's a sexist over on that side of the table, and it's not Aldo. And it's not Aldo.
Okay, I forgot. I straight up forgot what I was saying. Oh, no. The side quest that Kageyama has, he asks him and he tells him, and then that's when straight up Oikawa tells him, he's like, the one that's in charge of that whole play is not you, bro. It's him, because he's the one that dictates where he needs the ball, and he's the one that needs his options.
I like how they
that he
included
humbles-
every fucking player, though. Unlike, something like Katen Tsubasa, where it's like, oh, fuck off every other 10 players.
It's just Tsubasa.
Just Tsubasa, yeah.
Well, honestly,
Go for it.
it.
Sorry, because the way you say it, they do include, because I think, well, how Drew was saying earlier, since they lost to Abu Josai, everybody wants to improve, because even Nishinoya remembers the libero from Abu Josai was doing sets, and he was like, yo, that's fucking sick. He's like, if he can do that, I can definitely do that shit.
Even
And then-
Yamaguchi's
yeah,
doing
Yamaguchi's
serves.
doing his
Yeah.
serves. What's his name?
He has a whole little arc of, like, mental fucking...
What's his name? Azumane, the fucking ace, the dude with the
Asahi?
beard. Asahi, there we go. He's practicing his jump serves. Like, bro, everybody's putting in work. Dude.
So Daichi's doing like what do they call it? He's doing pickup drills with Nishinoya, so that they can get better at defense. And then Nishinoya is learning how to do a libero set at that same. So you're right. Like literally, like all the starters are having their own mini training arcs.
What's his name? The guy with the gray hair, Sugawara? Yes.
They call him Suga.
Yeah, Suga. He starts practicing to spike, right? I think like he's like, no, I'm gonna like. They're like, oh, are you gonna set for us? He's like, nah, bitch, I'm gonna fucking hit that shit. And I was like, yo, everybody's evolving, everybody's going. Isn't that the coach says something like that about gears, right? Something like that. He's like
the
all
teacher
the gears
does.
like he's like all the gears in the machine are moving around. Something like that.
Even like Hinata with the old man coach is super in the weeds when it comes to like volleyball nerdology. Like they're teaching you about tempos and paces and like how to do like coordinated attacks if you can understand what tempo is.
What that means, yeah.
And then like for Kageyama, his serves need to change. So like I don't even know the
gets so crazy,
I don't know
bro.
the physics behind it, but like he has this whole training arc where he has to learn basically 5 positions along the net and like the exact distance and how that feels to hit in that spot. But then he also needs to train to not just do a set where he's just launching it right where the point of impact is going to be, but like to that spot, it needs to be able to spin in the air and because
like kill it. I guess,
yeah.
Kill
So because of that motion, it just doesn't go further and it just drops.
I want to say it makes it like.
Doesn't make any fucking sense to
Yeah,
me.
it
I don't know
doesn't
what
like-
you're talking about,
like-
CJ.
Like it doesn't make like the way I viewed it
Albert
is like
Einstein over here.
let's say for I thought of it in basketball terms, like if you're gonna throw an alley oop, it's kind of like if someone were to put backspin on the ball instead of straight zipping it to you. So like if you put a little backspin on the ball, the ball's it's not gonna. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be dramatically.
He'll
Help me,
help
I'm
you
not-
anytime, bro.
No, I'm not saying that it's gonna be dramatically slowed down. I think they fucking crazily like lavish the hell out of that shit. But
Yeah.
I think it's not gonna zip by like it normally does. It'll slow down a little bit.
Nothing-
It's like shooting the ball.
Nothing clears up volleyball for me like basketball. Thanks, CJ.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's how I was able to view it. I mean, when you take a shot, you don't shoot it straight at the basket, right? You put an arc to that shit. That's how I
Sure,
viewed it.
that's
as.
exactly what I did.
Okay, well there you go. Now you learn. Now you learn.
Well, I already knew that. That's what I'm saying.
That's how I viewed it as. That's how I viewed it as. But that's what I'm saying. Like they obviously fucking over embellished the hell out of making
Yeah.
the ball spin and then killing it like that. I don't think that's.
But
physically
that is where we get that cool camera trick, though.
In
Yeah,
real
the
life,
spinning.
these are 2-second decisions you're making. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I keep getting volleyball TikToks now, and like I'll just watch it. I'm like, well, it's because like even just knowing what a setter is feels like something I never knew before I'd seen Haikyuu, and it's just like it's like the quarterback of the fucking offense.
Yeah,
like,
dude. So point guard.
yeah, exactly. Like the offense runs through.
Sorry, I can't relate basketball to volleyball. I apologize.
No, I agree with you. The offense.
Yeah, he was like, oh my god, you're good again.
The offense runs through that person. You know what I mean? So like, I didn't even know there were positions in volleyball.
Yeah, no lie, Brody. I thought everybody just like I knew there were spots, but I thought everybody just rotated.
That's about it. Like,
Well, everyone has to serve at some point.
Yeah.
No, I thought I was like everybody just lines 3 and 3, and then you just rotate, and then it's your turn to serve. I thought
it's
that's how it went.
ridiculous how they fucking animated too. Like all these saves and touches and pump backs. Wild. All these knees getting destroyed.
But apparently they get it right with like how they position like the shoulders or arms, like apparently
Honestly,
it's
that
all
would hurt
correct.
because like they say that all the time, like especially when like Oikawa's serving, like he's jumping in the air and putting like his whole body
into that
weight
shit,
into
yeah.
that
Like, he puts his
swing.
back
It's
into
like
that
Mike Tyson just swinging at
Right,
you with a
just
volleyball.
blasting that shit.
And then like so then you're supposed to catch it on
Yeah,
your
you're supposed to.
forearms.
Yeah, you're supposed to stand
Bro,
out,
what
but
you-
like that shit would hurt like hell,
it hurts
bro.
so much.
After all that, fuck no, bro.
Because you know you'd be bruised, and then you have to catch it again like that.
Bro, and to think Nishinoya does that shit all game. Fuck that. That shit's tough. Like, I would hate to do that if that was my job, bro. Fuck that. I'd rather just spike the ball. That seems a little bit easier. Well, like,
Yeah.
less strenuous.
it looks fucking crazy. And they also put like some of the anime,
Tropes.
the anime sprinkles on it about like hitting it, and then they put like all this emphasis on the ball, just like Captain Tsubasa. But it's not there all the time. But it does put me away from like the volleyball
Oh, I get you.
plot. Yeah.
I was just enthralled with it. Like I wanted to cry at several points, even during practice games. Like when they're doing the little I don't know the summer break little boot camp, and they finally win their first game on the third day because
I
like Kageyama and Hinata finally hit on on a quick. Like, bro, that feel. I was like I stood
Yeah,
up.
I was
I
like,
scared my
yeah.
dogs.
I was
I
like,
was
hell
with it. Like, I felt accomplished with them. It's,
Right,
it's
I
not
felt
even-
like I did it too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
hell yeah.
Like, it's not even like watching a real sport. Watching a fucking anime.
Right,
Like-
watching visually drawn things, and you're like, hell yeah! It's like, oh wait, you'd look around, like make sure nobody saw you.
Well,
get excited.
honestly, and that's how I felt about it too, because it's like, it's like, so I'm watching like the Lakers players, and it's like, wow, like this third quarter is really bad. There's only one more quarter. Like, is that enough time? If they were to get it together, is that enough time for them to win? Right. So then like, there's like 4 episodes left of this season. I'm just like, whoa, things don't look too good, and like
right?
they need to be able to end this in 3 episodes. Like,
It's
so
like looking bleak.
right, so like, and I'd seen it before, and I knew they were gonna win, but still, at some point, I was just like, "Whoa, I don't
What
feel good
the
about
fuck?
this, guys.
That's how good
I
the
don't feel
writing
really
is.
confident." Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how, a testament.
it is a testament to the writing.
Because if you feel like you're about to cry, that means that you're pulled into the story really well.
oh, absolutely,
Fuck,
it's
yeah.
ridiculous. Anime.
I felt like, no lie, bro. I felt like these are my kids. Like these are my players, and I was
my
like,
boy.
hell yeah, bro. Like that's my boy out there, bro. That's my boy right there. Fucking
Nah,
winning.
I get you. It does make you feel like you're connected with all the fucking team, and that's what we said also.
Out of all the new schools that we get introduced to, who's your like not from Karasuno, exclude them, but who's your favorite player from out of all the new schools?
Bokuto.
Yeah, my man. As I told you, bro, he's
He's ranked.
Bokuto?
He's ranked what 5?
he's in the top 5.
for Spikers.
Yeah, I think he's ranked with Aran, right?
Bokuto.
Do you know who? Oh, you know who Aran is. He's from another school, but he's also because you meet another one of the top 5.
The kid with the owl eyes,
Spikers.
right?
I thought
Yeah.
Kiyotani was pretty annoying.
Well, honestly, like even like Bokuto and them, and who else was it? It was somebody else. Like they got Tsukishima to open up, because like even so they were doing like extracurriculars after the practice.
Oh,
games,
they were
so,
doing
like,
block practicing, right?
they
Like,
were doing
yeah,
block.
yeah.
So they're all doing like after curricular extra practicing during the evenings at like the boot camp, and like Suki like the first night he just like fucks off and
Yeah,
just like
he's-
doesn't interact with anybody. But it's these guys, these really accomplished guys at other schools they start calling him a bitch, and that's what makes him want to
Yeah.
like.
But, like-
what makes him want to
Yeah,
practice.
they're just like, oh, you're afraid. You know what's crazy though, bro? Is to think like you got invited by one of the top 5 like
Bro, this guy's
players.
ranked.
Like yeah, like
He's
you
ranked.
got top 5 in the nation, like in your country, bro. You got invited to like go practice them, and you're like, nah, I'm just going to. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I would have been like, hell yeah, dude, let's go. That's incredible.
Anime stuff.
Yeah, bro, like, that's
I
crazy.
just had a stupid nerdy thought.
Go ahead.
It's like
Spill it.
it's like playing a known Yu-Gi-Oh player at a Yu-Gi-Oh championship series. It's like, oh, I played against, I don't know, Jesse Cotton. That was crazy. Did you win? No, I
Jesse,
fucking
nah, I
lost.
fucking
But,
lost, bro, but it's like, I
but it's
played
crazy that I
against him.
played
Yeah,
him, isn't
bro.
it?
Yeah, it's like, bro, that's intense. Like that's pretty cool. Like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, I would.
guessing-
Someone,
That's what that would remind me
Yeah,
of.
that's
I'm
like,
guessing
what
he's
the
a famous player.
He's just some nerd. Like he's just like this 20-year-old guy that's just been tearing it up since he was like 14. I think he has the most Yu-Gi-Oh Championship Series wins, and he's probably the West's best chance at winning Worlds. And I don't know, he's just some
Coolest
nerd. Though.
parents,
he's,
bro.
He's
Coolest
just
parents.
he's just some Canadian. He's just like
good as
Just
hell.
there
He's
every
just
day.
some-
right?
huh?
No,
Like,
it's
just
the cool
playing every
parents, bro. Just being there every step of the way for this little
For
kid
the
since
kid.
14.
I've never heard him talk about his parents.
That's
I don't
wild.
know.
Really?
No, I've never.
It's like, fuck them. They don't believe in me.
I've never heard.
Yeah, they left me because I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right? He's like, but now they down.
Well,
now.
honestly, like there's no like pros. Like there are sponsors that will pay him to go to YCSs, but like Konami themselves don't pay anybody. So
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no like actual and like you can't make
I don't
an
think they
income
ever
off
will.
of that.
You think they
Like
ever
all
will?
the money made off of like Yu-Gi-Oh is like people trying to do content creation off of it.
Okay, I got you.
You get what I mean? Or like
Like YouTubers?
even vending doesn't make that much money. Not really. So I don't know. Just me complaining
Just
about
throw your
Konami.
games.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
the known player quantity. That's
Yeah.
what I was relating it to. So Suki gets good. Suki learns some stuff.
gets some practice from Bokuto.
Oh, and
Kudo.
Hinata learns how to do a
and-
wipe.
Oh yeah, he learns how to do he teaches him how to do a wipe, and he teaches him how to do the dink, the little soft hit.
The wipe's
That's
the
crazy.
wipe's the best part though.
Yeah, the wipe it, but that's no lie, that's kind of tough to pull off.
Well,
'cause you
that-
have to hit on their fingertips.
That one reminds me of an NBA player.
Which was the wipe?
like
again?
the wipe is where you hit up and then you hit
Oh, yeah,
towards
yeah,
the,
yeah.
the
so like
fingertips it
because the
bounces
last touch was their hand, but then you're still like knocking it out.
off. Knocking
Yes.
out.
That's a wipe.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of an NBA play. because that's a play. Like if the ball's gonna go out, you'll like hit it against somebody else's shin.
Someone's leg or something like that.
Yeah, so it's like he touched it, so I get the ball. Well, that's what that reminded me of. That's what that reminded me of.
That's a smart IQ move. No, yeah, like that's
except it means more in volleyball because you're getting a point off it.
Yeah.
So I thought, and like what's funny about Bokuto is like he's got like he's just like. He's the biggest personality on that team, but like he also has the biggest lows, right? And like the whole team kind of knows how to like handle with him. Yeah, how to handle him. He's our ace, but he needs like some coddling sometimes.
Yeah, it's like sometimes we need to carry him a little bit.
Which reminds me of the NFL because it's like your quarterback's having a bad day, the whole team's having a bad day. So you got so you'll see people on defense be like, "Hey, how's it going? Let's get in there. We're gonna get it next time you're on the field, right?"
Don't they have like a moment too where he has like a tiny little point and they're like, "Hey, lavish it up," and they're like, "Hey, that was good. They're like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, you talking about me? Okay."
And what's funny is like they use like the joke about like you sneeze because someone said your name, right? Or someone's talking about you.
They do that a lot.
And like so they're learning all these things from him once they realize, hey, like he's probably the best person at this boot camp. Let's listen to him. So when they're doing like the interim tournament and they do whatever he said, he's like, "Oh, where'd you learn how to do a wipe?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know, Bokuto taught me." And then he just sneezes. Like it cuts to him at school sneezing. He's like, "What's wrong?" "Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I think somebody's praising me."
I love that because they do that a lot in this series, bro. And it's always funny because like it's coming because they'll mention someone's name. And you're like, "Oh, here it comes," and then sure enough, somewhere in the world, there they are, and they just sneeze randomly. And you're like, "Oh, you're getting sick."
That happens once to Hinata because like it's Suki. Everyone else noticed. So like that same conversation where they're trying to where the other schools are trying to convince Suki to like practice with them and do like the blocking. They're just like, "Dude, you're a center. Why don't you want to like fucking act like it? And you're a starting center. Like why don't you want to be about it?" And he's just like, "Because you don't know what it's like to have like this animal watching your back." And he's talking about Hinata. Like you don't know what it's like to be watching somebody this innately skilled and athletic. Like just like I have more more just natural gifts because I'm just like taller. Yeah. And he's just been playing longer. But like he feels Hinata like breathing down his neck. And so then the other guys are like, "So then you are a bitch. Like you don't want to defend your position?
Yeah,
you don't want you wouldn't want to like defend yourself as a starter then?" He's just like, "Oh, okay. So like, in Suki mentioning Hinata's name is when Hinata sneezes.
When he's okay, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I was bringing up.
Don't we get a little flashback to Suki's past with his brother? Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Suki's mad. His brother's kind of a cunt.
Dude, his brother's a bum, dude. His brother was straight bum. I was like, because his brother was like, "Oh yeah, we did good tonight," and then he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna go check out my brother. I talk.
He's always talking about his team.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna like, oh, my brother's this and that, and then it sucks even more because he brings a friend with him. He's like, "I'll prove to you, my brother's the shit," and they go over. His brother's not even on the bench, bro. He's in the bro.
The fucking dude. Hey Arnold episode,
dude. Yeah, if that was me, I'd have been like, now I gotta move schools. All my friends fucking clowning. Like, no, bro, that's embarrassing, and it's not even me. I'm the little brother, and I feel like shit.
My dad's gonna show up to this play today.
That's that. That's that. But like, nah. When I saw that, I was like, yo, but. I was like, really? That's what's holding you back from like, come on, man. Like, man.
Well, it's because I guess now that you put it like that, now all of a sudden I'm like, because I guess Suki's whole thing is just like he's tired of everybody in his life being a bitch.
Yeah, so he's like everybody's letting me down.
The day I learned that my brother's a bitch is like when I stopped giving a shit.
Yeah, like the one idol that I had, it turns out to be fucking a bitch, and he was like, "All right, I'm done."
Hey, and then I was like,
heroes. "What?
Don't meet your heroes."
Yeah, don't ever meet your heroes.
Oh, that's exactly what that is.
That's the worst experience you'll ever have.
What, you met Kobe?
No. I've never met Kobe before.
Oh, okay.
I mean, rest in peace, but thank God I never met Kobe because like that would have probably ruined my experience. No, because I feel like Kobe's the same. I would have known what I was walking into no matter what. So like I wouldn't have been shocked by how he is.
Oh, okay,
like if he was an asshole, I would have been like, "Yep, that's Kobe." And if he was nice, I would have been like, "Yep, that's Kobe."
I feel like Steph Curry would be an asshole.
Something like that. I would have been like, if I would have met Steph Curry, to be like, "Get my face, bitch." I would have been like, "Okay, what the fuck?" Like I would have been shocked at that, a little hurt.
Steph Curry, don't get mad at us.
Right? Like yeah. Sponsor us if you can, you know. It's like if you throw a little, leeway over.
Yeah, we're open.
Yeah,
you could be our favorite player.
Yeah. Shit, I wear a Steph Curry jersey. Shit.
Anyways, relating a point way back, they won their first game.
Yes,
because they hit the quick. They hit the open-eyed quick.
Yeah.
And so
they don't
now,
have to do diving drills.
now they get to go into the interim tournament knowing they have that weapon in their pocket.
Everybody, I think at this point, Nishinoya has already like, quote unquote, mastered the Libero set.
Yeah.
And then Yamaguchi's,
Which is hard because the Libero,
They
the
have to
rules
jump
for the
on the line,
Libero,
right?
yeah, the Libero is that they like the halfway mark, like they can't cross that because they're all on defense. They can't play any offensive role. So like, I guess you could try to spike it from that far because we see that a couple times. But
Yeah.
but Nishinoya's kind of short. He wouldn't be going for
Nah,
something
I don't
like
think.
that.
Yeah, I don't think. No, he doesn't have hops like that, but he does have like quick reactions, which is
And that's not because like I think he says that at some point in season 1. He's just like, y'all, like all my setters, all my aces, like you're living in the air. I'm down here living on the ground because I'm protecting the ground for you guys.
Yeah, okay,
you know
yeah,
what
I remember that.
He's just like, I'm short, but I know my strengths because like that I'm down here at all times.
Yeah,
and
he's
like
like-
every scene with Nishinoya is just him doing the dive.
dives.
He's
Yeah,
just
like,
dive,
like, just
dive.
doing a lot. Dude, I love how they emphasize him always just like all over the place. It's like, dude,
Always.
this guy is
Yeah.
literally the
Dude,
garden deity.
That'd be
Like,
tiring.
hell yeah, that's insane.
That's the most tiring one.
It's
That
like-
one's insane.
It's like doing a fucking lot. You know that roller thing for your abs kind of
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
doing that shit all the time.
One
day.
touchy.
Yeah.
It's like nice kill, man.
Nice killer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then not only is he doing all the dives, landing. This dude's not. I don't think he wears knee pads, which is
He does.
crazy.
He does. Everybody wears knee pads.
But they
Everyone's
don't wear
wearing
no
knee
damn
pads.
elbow pads, which fucking sucks. Because I've never seen them wear
Do
that.
they?
Nah, they
Nishinoya's
don't wear
not.
that. He's
Oh,
not.
okay.
And not only that, but he's getting those receives on his arms all day. Like
That's
the
what
whole
I'm
game.
saying.
That's
You-
insane.
Like, so it reminds me of like one of the bad guys in Captain Tsubasa, where like he aims the ball right at the goalie's stomach to like knock his air out, so that he's afraid of the ball the rest of the game.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's fucked up.
So like, it is super fucked up. It's super fucked up what happened. But like, imagine like you're just like, damn, I need to get their Libero out of here. You aim for like his face,
Yeah,
or
the
like,
whole time he's
or
just
like you
like
hit it
going
so
like
hard that like you see that you bruise him on his
him?
forearm, and you're just like, I
gotta keep
If
going
I
for
keep
that,
running
yeah.
for that bruise, like he's gonna
He's
give
gonna
up.
give up, yeah, eventually. But like this kid just never gives up. That's what's fuck that.
Like
That's
kicks
crazy.
in the UFC, bro.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I hate seeing kicks, bro. That shit
sucks, yeah.
hurts
I was
so
watching
much.
this interview that what's his name? That other like really famous heavyweight that just quit. I can't remember his name.
Daniel Cormier,
No. Light. He was a light heavyweight. Heavyweight was
like Rampage.
Francis, I think.
Damn.
So like he recently retired.
Oh,
but
the big black dude.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I know who you're talking about.
So he was doing this interview and he was talking about John Jones. He's like, John Jones goated. We all know it, but he's the dirtiest player out there. Like when he first started, he was doing the rounding punches.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah,
like
yeah. For the back of the
those
head.
punches would like hit the
Usually
back of the
hit the
head.
back of the head,
But
yeah.
like something that Francis was saying that was like should be illegal is like the front kick that John Jones does, where he's aiming for your knee and he's trying.
Oh
to,
yeah, that's
He's trying to hyperextend your leg.
Yeah, that's
And
insane.
he's like, my leg's still messed up from that. That should be illegal. That's undefendable, and like it leads to long term damage.
yeah, like that. No, I agree with that. That's crazy.
Wild.
Going for somebody's MCL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
that's
Fucking-
insane.
Start busting ACLs.
And then I hate like these algorithms because I watched that one clip. I'm like, wow, knees are crazy. And,
then
like
now it's just a bunch
and the
of
very
injuries.
next one is I see a UFC kick where it hits their kneecap and you see the tendon just split.
Like,
oh, like it cut. And like that tendon on the outside, you see it slide up, and I'm like, oh!
no,
It's like the first time I watched a
Uncooked
bicep
bacon.
tear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, seeing shit like that
those are
freaks
so
me out.
ugly.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the ugliest
The
things. in the
chest
world.
ones too. Just
The
like,
chest ones
oh.
are crazy. Well, the bicep one's crazy because
'Cause you
like
see the
it
whole
goes
thing.
into
Boom.
your
Yeah,
shoulder.
you
can
the
It
see
rubber
goes
band.
into your
That
shoulder.
shit
Oh.
freaks me out, dude.
Anyways, injuries.
Yeah.
Nobody,
We're not talking-
nobody gets
nobody's
injured
getting
in
hurt.
Haikyuu.
Nobody's getting hurt.
No one's
Yeah.
getting.
Whoa, Daichi does.
Daichi lost a tooth.
Yeah.
Daichi lost
Yeah.
a tooth and he was concussed. But we
I
talked
would
about
much
that.
rather lose a tooth than fucking split a muscle.
Hey
like
man,
that. Fuck
concussions.
One safe and well instructed concussion. He got out of the game. Everything was cool.
that. Well, you know,
Concussions build character.
concussions do build.
Also, yeah, characteristics.
Yeah, that's how. Well, that's how AB is now. He's a character, right?
Who was the team that you were trying to think of earlier with the Yellow Jackets that were trying to hit on their managers?
What?
Yellow Jackets?
The one in the yellow jackets. Oh, I can't remember the name of the team. But yeah. I don't remember the name. Of
So the
ones
second
that
team
were,
they
like,
play in the tournament.
The ones that are like carefree and whatever, right?
Yeah.
They were all
ones?
they were all second years. The whole team was all second years. Yeah, the horny ones. The
ones
ones
that they're like, hey, there's girls in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What team was that?
I can't
Those
remember
guys
the
were
name.
super obnoxious.
I can't remember the name of the team, but those guys are hilarious, bro. But those are the ones that only
The
practice.
ones just
They were the ones that only practice on 2-on-2.
It might have
Right?
been this dude's, right?
No.
No?
That's sure. It's those guys. These guys right here.
These guys?
These guys.
Oh,
Who's
you're
that?
right, you're right.
Josenji.
Josenji. Okay,
there you go.
so they were cool. This is where the season really starts picking up in action because the first one, like the Cross No guys, just 2-0 them, right? You know what I mean?
Who did we play in the first game?
I don't even remember their names. They were just these guys that were all third years being like,
I think
we
they
lost
used them. Didn't we use them as like demonstrations to show like, hey, look,
the
we've
growth
evolved.
of the team.
Yeah, like we've
because
evolved.
they came from a different story. So we've got losing to Alba Josai like on our backs, right? And they had just gotten kicked out last year in the semis to Date Tech.
Okay.
So they were like, as long as we make it all the way to play Date Tech, then we're good. But they just get 2-0'd basically. They just get bodied real quick. To your point.
Okay,
To your point. But the second game is where they actually play these guys in the Yellow Jackets, right?
The Josenji team, yeah.
And they were cool because like their team mascot is something like calm and steady or something.
Yeah,
or,
but
like,
they were like straight.
persistence and like steadiness.
Yeah, it's, like I forgot what their motto was, but it was something about them being like
Stoic.
yeah, it was like solid, like solidarity. I don't fucking know. Whatever.
They were
they were
earthbenders.
like but they were like the complete opposites of that. These guys were like carefree and they were
because
young,
they didn't
wild,
care.
and free.
They didn't care.
They were just out there. Didn't they even try to replicate one of their like synchronized attacks and ended up like fucking up
one of the
and it was
the
for
first
it was for
tempos.
the point for the set. That's fucking crazy, dude. I would have been pissed if I was a coach. I would have been like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?"
And they 2-0'd them too, didn't they? I don't think that one went to 3.
No, yeah, I think they do too. Because even the manager tells them they have like a little flashback moment where the manager's just like
because she's a 30. She's like the only 30.
yeah, she's
and
the one that's like she's the one that's like, yo, I'm out of here because like you guys fucking suck, bro. Like, what's your
well, I'm
problem?
graduating and no one's gonna
And
like
no one's help. Yeah, and no one's
if
gonna
y'all don't get your
improve.
shit together.
Yeah, she's like, because you guys are just out here like, she's like, is it fun to lose? Like, you guys are having fun, but you
True.
guys are like losing.
That's
here.
true.
Yeah, so it's like you guys are having fun, but you guys are losing at the same time. So you gotta improve, man. Like you gotta do better.
Just having a shitty team. And
Yeah,
being a
like
good
it's cool to
coach.
have like it's
damn
cool
it.
to have fun, but like you guys are losers. So
Yeah.
it's like it's time to be winners, man.
It's time to be winners, guys.
Time to be winners by subscribing to Between Nerds
Yeah.
podcast. Little
I co-host
Thanks,
on there
AJ.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I'm there too.
Oh God, that's where he went with it. Anyways, go for it.
Go for it.
You go.
Well, next up is the team in pink, right? Pink
The
and
team
white.
in pink. Yeah.
Pink and white.
Yeah.
I can't-
Oh,
what
the
did we
ones
say?
with the tall team.
The guy, the one that they has the family there. Well, the one with the family, and then the mom, the dad, the baby. They're like, not talking. They're all yelling.
So-
and chanting for him.
Wakutani?
Yeah, that's the team name.
So then, did we see them play 5 teams? Because it's the first one that they body.
And then it's
It's the
Josenji.
yellow jackets, the Yosenji. It's the team with
This
the
pink one?
The team with the tall guy.
No,
And
they
then
never
the-
played that. They never played Data Tech because Data Tech ends
No,
up
not
playing-
Daytech. The guy that was 200 centimeters.
No, he was in the.
Oh, a
in
different
the-
tournament. Because for sure they played that guy.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's somewhere in there.
Unless he was the first game.
No.
could-
I think that was the second game because, like,
Because I remember them relying, like, the whole team was like, oh, they're just relying on the big guy. And they're like, don't you think we know that already? Like, that's our fucking game plan. And it's like, that's kind of weak. But
because I
remember
remember they went into the game with the yellow team being like, oh, well, we do got to watch
okay.
out for them because they did beat the 200 centimeter guy.
Okay, I do. Okay, then yeah, they had to have. Then that had to have been the first game.
Yeah.
The tall guy. Because I remember. No, yeah, cause the tall guy. I think you are right. I think the tall guy was the first game, and then it's Josenji, and then it's fucking no. What's the pink team's name? Wakutani?
yeah.
And then it's Abu Josai. Because Abu Josai plays Date Tech, and then they beat Date Tech in order to advance to play Karasuno.
Well, the pink team was cool because like they have a player with a play style that's like
The little
Hinata's idol, the little giant. Yeah. Like he jumps stupid high, gets over the defenders, and that's how he
He
makes
can
his shot.
aim too. He
And he
knows
can
how to
aim.
hit. I remember I think what did he do? He hit like a block out where he hit the arm and it went out, and it was such your point. I was like, dude, that's
Is he the
impressive.
one that hit like the super angled, like almost spike?
No,
No. That's isn't that Mad Dog?
the Mad Dog from Alba
he
Josai.
does a cut shot.
Right.
That cut shot is insane, bro. That's a sharp ass fucking shot.
Kiyotani.
Well, I mean, yes, Kentaro.
Kiyotani? KY? Kentaro Kyoto.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're both right. Yeah, when he runs like parallel to the net in order to like fucking spike it, that's one kind of smart, but
Super lead.
I'm pretty sure you just can't touch the net from what I know. Like, you're just not allowed to touch the net. So as long as you don't touch it, you're pretty much good.
God, that's Tsubasa got crazy with the fucking goalie post.
Yeah. Like people like doing kickflips off of the goalie post to like shoot it into the goal.
No,
Yeah,
that's
wow.
insane. Blue Lock's nothing like that. Just saying.
Blue Lock's nothing like that.
I mean, you see like crazy like fucking power shots and the like auras coming off the ball and shit like that, but you don't see people. I've never seen somebody do a fucking backflip in that shit.
Okay.
Like that's what I'm just saying. You know, you see bicycle kicks and like real shit, but they just like emphasize. It's kind of like Kuroko's no basket. Like it's kind of like that, but for soccer.
Yeah, I've totally seen. So like, Hinata and that guy from the pink school are basically dueling it out, or like it's kind of one sided because Hinata's got beef, but like the other guy doesn't. Like he's just some guy. Yeah, he's just playing.
Don't they even show that these guys are very appreciative of? They're like, wow, we get to play Karasuno. This is fucking awesome. And they're like, wow, these guys are like, they're honored to play us. That's kind of weird. That was a weird feeling. I remember them talking about that shit because they were like, yeah, because doesn't Daichi shake the dude's hand at the beginning? And then he fucking like grips his hand a little bit tighter, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Bitch?
That's
like,
the one where Daichi got concussed, right?
The pink one, yeah. This is
right because like,
well,
they did like a weird wipe that would have like lost them one of the sets or something. So Daichi and what's his face, the guy with the shaved head, like tried diving for it. Tanaka tried going for it at the same time. Daichi gets it. Tanaka makes a spike. But then Daichi's just like dead on the ground.
Yeah, when they just see him there and everybody's just like, Daichi, are you good? And he's just like, bro, I'm spent. He's like, I'm fucking bent, bro. Look at me.
Right away, they do go into concussion protocol. Where you at? What day is it? Like, what's your name?
They cut the episode right there, right?
Yeah, they make you think he's dead.
And then the next episode, because it's funny because even Tanaka's like, Daichi? And then he's like, oh my god, what did
episode
I do?
Ends.
Like, to be continued.
It was like, what? They just killed this fool.
I was like, bro, there's a death in Haikyuu? Question mark? Like, what the hell? But now it's funny because the teacher, right? The teacher's the one that asks him. He's just like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Daichi's like, where are you right now?" He's like, "We're in the tournament."
The Tokyo Jam.
Yeah, I was like, "We're in the tournament right now, playing against them pink ass boys." And then he's like, "All right, you're normal." He was like, "Cool." So yeah, that's.
But they do sit him down, and that's where we get the second in command.
Yamaguchi? No,
Enoshita.
Yeah, Inoshita. Yeah, Enoshita.
Enoshita. Whatever.
So yeah, the second in command, the guy that we were talking about earlier, that like he's a second year, and that like he is basically going to be the next team captain probably because he keeps he's a great value he's the guy that keeps all the second years together, and that brought up something that I hadn't thought about until that point. I was like, it's a big deal that Kageyama and Hinata and Tsuki are always on the court, even though they're first years. Because everyone on the bench is a second year. Which, like, it makes sense because the third years are about to graduate and they need their time or whatever. But then it's just like...
bum class, dude. Just a bum class.
That sucks. That sucks, bro.
And they'll take it pretty well because they're like, oh, look, they're about to do this. Because they're almost there for the audience,
yeah,
too.
That's just...
I would low-key be fucking heated, bro. Yeah. Like, on the bench, be like, these fucking freshmen,
just being there, like...
these guys.
Well, bro. I think they realize their whole offense runs through Hinata and Kageyama, though. They're just like, we're not scoring unless those two are on the court.
Remember, there's a moment... I mean, I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but in the Alba Josei game when Suga checks in for Kageyama, and then there's this like it's this whole moment where the coach tells him, he's like, look at your senpai and watch how he plays, and you can learn something from the man. He's just like, whatever, coach, and he's just like, holy shit, this guy's actually pretty good. He's like, yeah, he was doing this before you came along, dog. He's like, and then you took my fucking spot. But that's ahead of him.
Well, that's what I was saying. Inoshita all of a sudden grows a personality, and like the second Daichi's like out, we realize he's actually been watching the game this whole time. And he's just like, nah, I know their exact attack pattern. I know which way the ace like starts to hit. Yeah. He's moving to the right a little bit, so he knows how to like catch those. So again, great value Daichi.
Great value Daichi, man.
It like he puts the team on his back. Doesn't he like catch? Isn't the last point him catching an out that would have like gone out, like it was already out of like the edge of the court. He lunges for it, like bop bop bop, and then just hits it behind him. Doesn't even see where he's hitting it because he's facing the wall.
I think you're right.
And
he scores a point. Yeah.
Well, I think they score on that point.
They score on that.
I know
point.
he does,
but it was
score
a
a point,
defense.
but
It was
yeah.
a defensive play.
I want to say yeah.
Yeah,
I think you
yeah.
are right about that.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a big deal. Like
That
he
looked crazy,
he
too.
would have lost it, and I think that's also the one. That's the game where what's his Suki's best friend?
Yamaguchi.
Yeah, that's the first game. Yamaguchi does his pinch serving, and he like completely cucks it up.
Oh yeah, he like chokes really bad.
Choked really bad.
Yeah.
He was so nervous, like he
Yeah.
didn't even get one.
I
in.
do remember that one. Yeah, fucking loser.
And it's after that game that they win that he goes up to the coach and he's just like, dude, I know I was nervous. I'm gonna get it back to. But what's cool?
No, isn't the coach that comes up to him and he's like Yamaguchi, and then that's when Suki's like, yo, bro, chill.
He knows.
He knows. Like he knows he fucked up. Like you don't gotta tell him.
Well, the coach was smoking a cigarette before their next game, and that's where Yamaguchi kind of found him. He's just like, yo, I know I fucked up, but like
up,
play
yeah.
me. Well, and he's also got like that mentor in one of the neighborhood like volleyball association guys.
Oh yeah.
That's like that he's just been practicing his float
Forgot his
serves with.
Yeah. The guy with the glasses, right?
Yeah. So like, and he stops Yamaguchi after that game. And he's just like, dude, like you have 8 seconds after. It's like a baseball clock. Like you have 8 seconds. Like once they blow the whistle, take your time, take a breath. Like stop acting scared, and like you got to serve right then and there. Like that's why you're messing up.
Doesn't the whistle blow and he like fucking just throws?
Yeah,
that bitch?
they literally
he's just
animate a
like,
jump on him.
Yeah, they're like, you just hear beep. He's like, oh shit, and he just like swings it. I was like, bro, really? Like all that fucking practice? Because even Suki, it's like even Suki brings it up. I think he's the one that mentions it. He was just like, I think that's actually later on. But he's like, he also mentions he's like, yo, Yamaguchi's the one that's been practicing the most out of everybody on his serves. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's
None
the
of
big
y'all were
server.
practicing
Yeah, he's like
serves?
not as much as he was. Like no,
It's
serve.
like Kobe shooting in the gym after the NBA
Yeah,
finals.
bro. They were like, yo, we just lost the game, man. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm still putting up 500 shots. Like, that's Yamaguchi, but with serving.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the pin server. He's got to do it.
I don't even remember how they. So I think they won that whole set on that one defensive play that we're talking about. And then Daichi does come back for the last game, which is against Alba Josai, which is only top 4. So we don't even get to see the finals.
Well, I think he actually comes back, like, as they're still playing, but I think he expresses to him, he's like, no, I saw that you guys were, like, balling without me, so I didn't want to jump in and fuck that up. He's like, no, you guys had momentum. And that's why Daichi's such a good captain, because most people would have just, like, I'm trying to get back into the game, but he was, like, humble enough to be like, no, these guys are, like, actually, like, flowing together, even without me, so why would I mess that up? That takes a lot, because most people won't do that, to be honest. Or,
no, I agree.
Like, a lot of selfish people wouldn't do that shit. That's pretty cool.
No, it's a big deal. It's a super big deal. And, well, I thought, I completely forgot that in the second season, we don't get to see the finals for this tournament.
No.
Like, Alba Josai's top 4. That game with them's top 4. That's the semis. That's not even, like, all the way. Which is super weird storyboarding. Like, not in a bad way or anything. It's just different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even Captain Tsubasa makes sure to show a tournament from beginning to end.
Like 3 tournaments. Which this thing does too. At the beginning, have like the volleyball camp one, which that one like sets the mood to how this tournament's gonna go. But not to finish that tournament, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's why like season 3 would be really exciting to get back into right away, because they're just going to start with the finals. Like that's literally what the season's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end they just go back to school, and they're like, "Oh, we heard you guys did super cool, super good," and that's it, right? And they like train more volleyball.
No, like season 2, like literally the very last like frame is them winning against Alba Josai.
Yeah, I think the way the tournament goes is that, for example, whoever wins between Alba Josai, whoever was in their bracket, like in the entire bracket, Alba Josai and Karasuno, since they were the last one, the winner of that is the way Drew was saying, the top 4 teams go. And then so it's basically like March Madness, like Final Four play, and then the winner of those 2 games go to nationals.
Right.
I think that's how it goes.
At some point, they did show that Date Tech gets knocked out by Shiratorizawa.
Yeah, I think they get like obliterated, right? Some shit
Yeah,
like that.
they get like 2-0 essentially, because like I think they also expressed that one of their aces is a freshman.
For Shiratorizawa?
Oh no. For Date Tech. For Date
the
Tech,
setter.
their setter is a first year, so that's kind
The
of why
blonde
they
hair, right?
lost. Yeah. The guy that looks like a cat.
Yeah, the guy that's fucking tall as shit, right? The guy
Yeah. So like that makes sense there, and that's the only point that we see a game animated that's not with Karasuno in it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. It was
Yeah,
kind of neat
to
because
see
like
other
all of a
people's-
sudden like
other
I
people's
have a
games.
whole like other set of things to like look forward to.
Look at, yeah. Because it brings you, because I mean, you remember the characters from when they had the little camp thing, whatever.
Yeah.
So you see them and you're like, oh shit. You actually see them in action. And you're like, oh, these guys are actually, pretty good. There's a reason why they were invited to those camps and not us.
But honestly, like, it's super cool that they spent so much time on the Alba Josai game. Like, to get like 5-6 games out of that is crazy. Is crazy. Because
For 3 sets.
Yeah, for 3 whole sets, because like obviously like Alba Josai is going to win right away, and they have a big crowd because like everyone knows Alba Josai that they're really good, but then Krasno has been running through really good teams, and they were like notoriously good, but like past like 3-4 years with the group of seniors we have, they weren't very good like at all because the original coach left.
Yeah.
So like, I think what wins them the first set is actually like the pinch server, isn't it? Doesn't he get like 5-6 points?
No, that's towards the end. That's towards.
Is that towards the end?
We actually.
I think he played against
that's
Alba Josai twice, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, in the first one, he kind of chokes a little bit. Like he does a good serve, but they were able to recover really quick.
Because one of them hits the net or some shit like that.
Yeah, it like tips in really fast, and I think they were able to like. I think he got like a lucky break on that one, but I believe like on the point immediately right after they fucking slapped it, like smashed it at him, and he just like fucking bitched out. So
Yeah.
But I think in this one, it's in the. I want to say I know we win the first set, and then it wasn't in the second set that they're up 23-18.
Yeah, but then they put
And
the
then
Mad
they
Dog
bring-
in.
Well, they bring Yamaguchi in,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
Yamaguchi comes in, and he ends up. Yeah, they do bring Mad Dog in, and I remember Yamaguchi ends up scoring 5 straight points to tie it up, and then
That's right. That's right. It was the second set. That's right.
He comes in clutch out of nowhere because I remember Mad Dog was like, "Oh, I got it," and he's about to receive it, and then the ball like somehow like floats to his face. He's like, "Oh fuck." And he like flinches and then it hits his shoulder and it goes off. And that's when everybody was like, remember everybody on the team was like, Yamaguchi, one more. And then he did that stupid ass pose.
And I think it's cool because even like just again getting into the weeds of volleyball, like the coach and the teacher are having a whole conversation with the manager being like, dude, it's probably the most important like thing in volleyball because like we see this guy that doesn't even play, he just gets 5 points, and Hinata had like 0 at that point because they kept blocking all of his quicks.
Doesn't he tell him too? He's like, sorry, I didn't cut you off, but doesn't he tell him too? He's like, I need you to score 10 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you got half of that. That's fucking impressive.
He said 20, and he's like, but then the set would be over, and then do
He's
it.
like, yeah, do it anyways, goddamn. He's like, that's the point of that shit. It's like, I forgot who's the one that says it. I think it's one of the coaches. I think it might be Coach Ukai, but he says that Yamaguchi's only weapon is his serving, and then Yamaguchi straight up says he's like, yeah, if I literally can't do anything else, so I have to be able to be good at pinch serving. Busting 5 points out like that was fucking impressive. Because I was like, bro, even I was like, that's my boy, bro, Yamaguchi, dog.
I do think it's cool that the old coach showed up to all their games too, because he had a vested interest in Hinata. Because Hinata did like 1-2 weeks training in his little tempo camp, learning how to be a better spiker.
Doesn't he evolve from Shrimpy to like
Ukai?
Shrimp or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
And then I think at this point he's like Lil Man or something like that.
You see the kids that are at the old man coach camp like talk about it, and it's just like, oh, he got promoted from Shrimpy to Shrimp. Is that a compliment? Sure.
He's like, yeah, I guess he'll take it now. He's like, he's not a tiny shrimp. He's a little bigger shrimp. It's like, nah. I think it's cool that also Tanaka's sister, Big Sis, goes to support, man. She's fucking awesome, bro.
But see, and then it's stupid because who is it? It's Nishinoya is always like geeking whenever she's around. She's like, hey, big sis.
He's just like, oh man, she's so fucking bro. Yeah, he's such a horny ass teenager, bro. Hell yeah, Nishinoya's
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
But Nishinoya's a dog, bro. He goes after because he's a chaser. He's a go getter, bro. That's Nishinoya for you.
Well, honestly, even talking about serving, like Alba Josai almost wants. Well, they did win set 2 and almost won set 3 entirely off of Oikawa serving.
Well, the way they win set 2, that shit was fucking impressive because they were like, oh, who's next to serve? And they're like, oh, fuck. And they see that it's Oikawa. Bro, I remember when he fucking spikes that bitch, it literally goes in between our 2 best receivers, Nishinoya and Daichi. Like, just straight cut and then lands in there. And they're both like, what the fuck? Even I was like, there's no way that just happened, bro. Like, this guy's nasty. That shit, dude, he's a nasty server.
Well, even the Mad Dog hits like that, too. Like, that's how he serves. They both do these super ugly, like...
I like how they contort his back when he's about to spike that shit. That shit is crazy.
I think Hinata even comments on that. He calls it like it's like a snake or something.
Yeah,
he's like whipping it.
Like just like whipping that shit. But that's how I guess that's how you're supposed to like use your whole body into that shit. Because goddamn, man.
But then you have to hit it so high too, and
you have to jump so high.
You have to jump. Yeah, that shit's a lot.
I think that's a cool about how they animate Oikawa while he's serving too. Like there's that one where like he hits that shot that ends set 2, and like Hinata, they show him in this kind of frame all the time where they focus on his eyes. It's like he's not there. Like he's so focused. He's so in the game at that second. You know what it's like looking at somebody like that. But then like that's the first time we see it on somebody not Hinata, and they show it on Oikawa, and it's just like focused on his eyes. But you see the reflection of the ball, which is probably pretty hard to animate, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
And like you hear his inner dialogue. It's the first time we hear his. No, that's not even true. But like we hear his inner dialogue, and he's just like, "Oh shit, that's a perfect like toss," and that's when they animate it. They do like this, like that one punch thing, kind of the one piece punch kind of thing, where like when Luffy punches the celestial dragon, and it's like all the color leaves the frame.
Oh yeah.
And it turns into like a fucking pencil
Sketch,
drawing.
yeah.
That's how they animate Oikawa when he hits that shot.
I love that shit. I love how they do that shit. I love how they emphasize like when they zoom in on his face, even his cheeks are puffed out because you're like they emphasize like, bro, this dude is smashing this fucking ball.
Look like Mario Strikers animations.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's funny.
And it's super cool. It's super dope. And then like set 3, I don't even remember how set 3.
No lie.
Set 3 they win because they kind of figure out how to deal with the Mad Dog.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, there's a play. Oh, dude, there's this. Thank you for reminding me on that. There's a play I remember that happens. It's Tanaka and Suki, and fucking. But I think it's.
They spike on him or something.
Well, they block they shut his ass down, but the way he does it, because I think Suki's on Tanaka's right. And then he's on his left. And
no,
then
he's on his right.
On his right. And then he tells him, he's like, Tanaka. And then at the last second, they swap spots, and Suki's the one that fucking calls him block. I was like, bro, that's when I learned for sure Suki. Dude, so subtle and quick. I was like, bro, that's sick.
Because they're both the shaved head, like troublemakers of each other's groups. So they've got like beef with each other.
Beef, like random
so that's how
beef,
Suki knew that he was going to be going for Tanaka.
He was just like, yeah, he's going to try to like, he's like, bro, here, swap real quick. Dude, that's when I also do like, Suki is very analytical. Like this dude observes.
He just doesn't care.
This dude observes everything on the court. Bro.
He's just kind of lazy.
Like, yeah, bro. He's just like, bro. I'm just here like to. I know when to do it and like, bro. He's such a good player.
He's doing the bare minimum.
This fake players are so good.
Oh, he's so good, man.
Yeah, no, it's fucking awesome. I liked it. I like it.
Well, even the backstory on the Mad Dog's like super cool too, because like he has such a strong personality, and he's just like trying to like strong arm like everybody else whenever they're gonna get the ball, that he just goes and practices at like the local college. He doesn't even practice with his team.
And isn't it Oikawa the one's just like, hey, bro, I'm gonna make you a badass.
I'm gonna make you a
star.
star.
I'm gonna make you a star. And then he was like, whoa, no one's ever talked to me like that. It was like,
so Mad Dog would be Shaq, and then Oikawa's Kobe.
Kobe, yeah, or. Well, no, yeah, actually, yeah. Well, because Kobe scores. Oikawa only scores on serves, but Kobe scores like on. That's to me that kind of sucks because Oikawa is like, dude, he's obviously the best player on the team, right?
Yeah.
But he can never be the ace because his sets are so fucking good that you can never do. Like he can be the ace like on any team if you ask me.
Yeah.
But his sets are so incredibly good that like he has to be the setter. Like that's crazy. And it, I think when they lose, right, and since they lose in set 3, he's the one that picks up on it. Is it Inata that hits the wipe? Is that how they went from when he sees his fingertips? And then
so yeah, like halfway through set 3, they sit down Mad Dog because like they're just picking on him, and then he gets so fucking pissed that he starts making a bunch of mistakes. So then like his team like talks him up on the bench, and he's like, dude, like we want you back in there. We know you need to be in there, but we need you to calm down.
Oh, that one guy checks his ass, right?
Yeah. He's like, dude, like I know
like you're gonna fuck it up for the third years. I remember that. Yeah, he pushes him against the wall. He's like, hey, bitch, you need to like. Yeah, he's like, bro, we're trying to win for the third years. Like,
and we want you out there. Can you just get it together, please? Like we're down. Like
that's crazy because you need players like that. Because most players would have just been like, oh, there goes Mad Dog being a little bitch again. But someone's like, no, bro, someone needs to go check.
There goes Mad Dog.
Yeah, there goes Mad Dog. You know what I mean? Like. Fucking Blondie, bro. It's like, but nah, someone actually needed to check his ass. And I like that the same thing happened to, what's his name? Kageyama, right? In this one? Like, isn't this when Suga comes in? He's like,
they sit Kageyama down.
And he's like, you need to watch how you're.
Well, because Kageyama's just got stupid beef with Oikawa. Like everything Oikawa does, he's just I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
Like it's on site. To me, it's like they have a rivalry like
just
that,
on site,
like
bro.
Peter and that chicken in Family Guy. Like as soon as they see each other, bro, it's like beating the shit out of each other, no matter what. I'm like, dude, it's like, bro, these guys hate each other's guts. Well. I wouldn't say hate. He more like just hates the fact that he's so good.
He hates losing to him.
Yeah,
he
it's
just
like,
hates
fuck, man.
losing
Anime
to him.
hate. Anime hate. Yeah.
But isn't there a moment too where Oikawa straight up like confesses? He's like, no, this kid is actually like better, but I just have more experience in it.
Yeah, that's
So I was
literally
like,
what he
yeah.
said.
And then that's when his friend hits him with the ball in the back of the head. He's like, bitch, don't talk like that. He's like, you're supposed to say I'm the best, no matter what.
Well,
But that's humble.
I think one of the second to last or like the third to last points was a dink off of Hinata. Because I remember the...
Oh no, it was a dump from Kageyama. Remember, everybody was coming in at the last second, and that's when Oikawa's like, "You little fucking brats!" And then he tries to like save it, and then he lands, and that's when he was the one looking up at Kageyama, and Kageyama's like, "Bitch, I got your ass." Mm-hmm. I remember that shit. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I remember that because I specifically remember because even I was in my head, I was like, "Oh, he's gonna dump it here," and then sure enough, just like smacks it in. I was like, "Ooh!" Right over everybody's head.
Then what was the last point? Because I remember that being a really big deal.
I know the last point. I'm pretty sure the last point was when Hinata he's like aiming and he sees someone's fingertips.
Oh, it was the spinning quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, and
it was
I want to
spinning
say
quick
and then
into
he's
a
able
wipe.
to aim. Yeah, he's able to aim, and that's when what's crazy too because you see Okaiwa straight up. Like, I see this coming a mile away, and he's about to line up to get it. And I think he would have gotten it had his teammate not hit the fingertips. Because it literally curves over just enough to hit his arm and bounce away.
Because Hinata had a quiet-ass game. He mentioned that for all 3 sets. He's like, dude, I have like 2 points.
Yeah, he's like, bro, I'm kind of chilling right now. But I remember that last point. Dude, I remember too because I was like, bro, if his teammate had not, if Hinata had not done the wipe and his teammate had not hit it,
And it's cool
it
that the wipe was off of Mad Dog.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I believe it was.
It was off of
it
Mad
was,
Dog,
yeah.
so Mad Dog kind of fucked it up.
Well, so it's like, I mean, you don't intentionally mean to do it, but it's like,
but that's
bro,
why,
that
like,
sucks.
even during the training camp, they're like, that's why you lean forward. You don't just put your hands up. Because
Yeah.
if your hands are just up, that's how you're gonna wipe it. But
the
if
wipe,
your
yeah,
hands are
if you
forward-
hit it down. But the thing is, though, about that is like if your hands are down, your fingers are straight. So if they hit that shit straight at your fingers, bro,
You gotta
that's
have-
gonna
you gotta
fucking
have strong
hurt. Yeah, you
fingers.
gotta have strong fucking fingers because that shit would hurt like a bitch. That's why I don't blame them when they have their hands straight out like that because it's the best way to absorb it. But yeah, I get how you mean. Like you want to have your
sure.
hands down. But I think if you have your hands down, I think that's for people that are either one, tall as shit, or two, they got crazy bunnies. Like you can jump the fuck up there. So yeah, I think that's how they do it. But damn, man, that's no lie. That to me, that's like the game-winning steal. You're about to steal a game because you need to win that shit. You need to score, and your teammate just barely taps it, and then it goes out of bounds. And you were like, "Bro, I was about to steal that shit." And you fucking. That's a shitty feeling.
There's also a different wipe that Oikawa actually does recover, though. They're just animated super crazy. Because, like, it's like they dumb down the animation style and start doing it like a horizontal, like, left to right framing. And you see him, like, lunging, like, his outline isn't even correct. And he just, like, falls into the table, knocks the ball out. And then you see him, like, falling, like, trying to get back into the game.
I remember that.
That's a crazy animated
when
scene.
When he points at him, he points at his ace, and he's just like, "Bro, it's coming to you, so
And
be
he
ready."
said
yeah,
it from
like,
outside.
dude, that's a. I remember that. That's a.
That was
crazy scene.
crazy for me.
I remember that. I think there's a quote. There's 2 lines from there that are really really good. I think the coach is it the coach that says it or Kaiwa says I can't remember, but someone says, talent is something you make blossom.
Oikawa says that.
Yeah. He's like, talent is something you blossom, but instinct is something that you polish. And I was like, bro, that's a sick ass fucking.
Well, it's because he was talking about Kageyama.
Yeah.
Because he's like, Kageyama has better, like, innate ability. But he's like, he's talking about himself like he's more
He needs
polished.
to polish. Yeah, he needs to be more polished. Dude, that was such a. And I think if I'm not mistaken, I think that's when the ace tries to do a cut shot in there, and I think they shut him out on that one, right? I don't think he scores on that one. I think they block him.
I think he made that one.
You think so?
Because
don't
I remember them even saying, like, I can't believe we lost that point because he hit it, he served it, no. He set it up so hard while that far out of bounds, that's ridiculous.
I do remember when he crashed into the table, though. That's like dedication.
It's cool that they animate him slipping.
Yeah,
'Cause, like it's
sliding
not
like
one
that.
of those things you think about to animate. Like,
No lie, it's kind of tough getting up really quick from falling. Like I think that's believable because you're such in a rush, bro. Your feet are gonna keep moving. They did a good. It's like a Scooby Doo run. Maybe not that exaggerated, but it's like a doo-doo-doo-doo, and there you go.
no, exactly, and then they won the game.
Yeah.
They won the game. And, I'm assuming the final is going to be against the really big team, the guy with the number 1
Shiratorizawa.
Shiratorizawa.
Sure, it's always out.
They have the number 1 ranked Spiker.
Spiker, Ushiwaka, Ushijima.
Jima.
Yes, sir.
Wakatoshi Yoshijima.
Wakatoshi. There you go.
Him.
Yes,
Him.
dude,
So
he's-
looking forward to season 3. When can we watch it? Can we watch it soon?
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
soon.
absolutely. And this, I don't know, like when I was watching this, not only that I forgot like
Remember-
the names, I didn't pay attention enough to the names of the schools that I was just like scrolling back and forth while you guys were talking. And I was like, yeah.
That
Like,
guy.
I'm just agreeing to everything. The going from season 1 to season 2 and putting all these personalities on all these different players.
Yeah.
It's been progressing fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's cool because like you're rewarded as an audience for like keeping up this whole time because you know all these characters at that point.
I guess I just have like PTSD from Captain Tsubasa still of like just lingering with like that one character like the entire time. It was kind of exhausting, but like on Haikyuu, they're doing it awesome.
I do think Haikyuu's way
almost-
better than Captain Tsubasa.
It
to
almost
be
feels
honest.
like a Demon Slayer story, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
But for volleyball.
But for volleyball,
Weird, yeah.
because I guess that makes sense too. Because like the animation styles are so like good that I guess they're comparable. But then like to all those points, it's like every enemy gets their backstory.
Yeah.
Right before I beat your ass, I'm like, hear your
Yeah,
backstory
exactly.
real quick.
One thing I like about this, like, I know they're supposed to be enemies, I guess, but dude, like, I love even the other teams. I'm like, I fucking love them. They're all like, you love every character on the show, even when it's like, I hate when other teams lose. It's like, fuck, that sucks, because those like, it sucks to lose. Isn't there a scene where the guys in the pink, the guy in the pink, I think he was the third year, the guy that had the little giant. There's a scene where he's outside, he's like fucking crying. He's like, "Fuck, man, I just want to do one."
Oh,
more."
yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Yo, that's really relatable because there's a bunch of players.
His
where,
whole
like, that's the-
family went.
Yeah, and it's like that's the end. That's literally your last game if you're a third year. So it's like, fuck, that fucking sucks. Like, and you lost. Like, damn, that's fucking got me
Yep.
in my feels.
Just hope you get
Now I
into
know.
college.
Now I know what. Right? Like, just hope you get to college. Doesn't the at the beginning of don't they tell that to the third years too? They have a moment too where the guy's like, "Hey, like this is your last year. You might not make the national tournament. You guys should think about what your career is." And they're like, "Nah, bump that shit. We're about to play volleyball, bro."
That's the second half of season 1, right? Where they're just like, you should probably stop doing practice and start
and
and,
they're
start
just-
studying for your
Yeah,
test.
and they're just like, "Yeah, you guys should probably think about not playing volleyball." And they're like, "Nah,
No,
we're not trying to hear that mess,
That
bro."
we're gonna be shitty out our grades. That's what I was saying about the anti like Coach Carter kind of.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah,
Isms.
fuck the grades, bro. We're not trying to
Yeah.
be. We're trying to be volleyball players here, dude. Like, we're trying to get it out the hood." That's how they are.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I like. Man, this show is fucking. You guys are gonna love season 3. I can.
I like that a lot.
Promise you that.
It's super easy to watch. Super easy to watch. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Luckily, season 3 is only 10 episodes.
That's the music. You guys haven't even talked about the music.
The music is amazing.
Fly High best song.
Yeah.
Fly
Sa-
High. Fly High
Every
best song.
soundtrack in this fucking series
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I let Fly High play. So there's 2 different songs. The one that made the first opening for season 2 is the one that made the first opening for season 1. And then they used a new band for the second opening of season 2, and that one I absolutely love. It's called Fly High. It's a bop, bro. Every 13 episodes straight, I just let it play. I just let it
No,
play every
it's
single
super
time.
good. It's super
That's what I'm saying. When
Fly
you guys
high.
watch season 3 and you hear the Hirake Are, I think that's what it's called.
Is that what
that
guy?
one's fucking?
Is that what guy you talk thinking about Bocha the Rock season 2?
What got you? I don't even want to say it. So I've been listening to the Bochi the Rock soundtrack a bunch, and it comes up all the time on my music.
Oh yeah.
It's just like all recommended.
No, well, it's because so I listen to the album just 3 times in a row at the gym, and then I'll go through my recently played playlist. And so
It's
all
there.
my recently plays are just this soundtrack, and I was just listening to it. I was just like, oh, season 2 of Bochi the Rock would be so cool right now if they just
Nice.
announced season 2 right now.
That would probably make your week.
That would make my
Year.
month.
So you guys want to watch Haikyuu season 3 soon?
Soon,
Yeah.
soon,
No,
real
I'm
soon.
down.
Shit, I'll watch
I'm
it
down.
with y'all.
Okay.
I love that series.
No,
That show
yeah,
is
that's what
amazing.
we're saying.
10 episodes. It's gonna go by fast.
Damn.
10 episodes?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's
Season 3 is only 10 episodes.
Season 3.
Oh shit!
I'm
Really?
gonna no spoilers. Season 3 is just this is the game that they need to go to nationals.
Shit, we would have watched it.
Man, you could.
That was too many episodes. That was too
But
many
10
It's
episodes.
a little bit
episodes,
too
nah.
many.
But
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, it's, bruh, this is
Damn.
really sick.
Anyways, closing points on Haikyuu. Anybody?
Daichi, nice kill.
Daichi, nice kill.
Yeah.
Volleyball. If you get to watch some volleyball, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like actual volleyball.
Olympics.
Yeah,
That'd
Olympics.
probably be the best time to watch it.
Women's
Yeah.
Women's Olympics. Yeah.
Well, I just think most Olympics are cool. Most
Beach volleyball?
Well, all of them. Like when they do
All
Sum-
volleyballs.
Summer and winter.
well, I think I watched mostly summer, and I even remember like
Of
what
course.
was it? It was I got really into the tournament for water polo one year.
Nice.
It was 2012.
Randomly.
Well, because I remember, because it was the second summer after I graduated high school. I was back in town from. It was before I transferred to Tech, and me and my boy just for a week straight watched all of the water polo tournament. I don't know why. Just like when
interested.
before, it was just the time before he went into work. Like after I woke up, that like we just had like this hour and a half
Water
to
polo.
watch the water polo game. It like that's kind of like what it was watching Haikyuu. Just like all of a sudden I'm invested in the
invested.
sport I never cared about before.
Yeah.
I actually played when I was at MSU. I played intramural. We played for my fraternity. We played in like volleyball tournament. It was really fun. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, but it was fun.
Yeah, you were in setting.
Hell no, bro. I do remember getting a few blocks, but I guess I was like middle blocker, but I was just a tall guy out there, bro. I don't fucking know what I was doing, bro. I was like I said, that's why I thought the rotations were. It was just 3 people in the front, 3 people in the back, and then everybody just rotates fucking counterclockwise, and then that's my turn to hit. You know what I mean? I fucking sucked at serving, bro. I was just praying to God that shit went over. Didn't look like a punk.
Aldo, final points.
Shit, no, for me, brother, it's really fun. And from, watching sports anime, this is as good as it gets from
Yeah.
sports anime.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it is really good. It's progressed really good. Like I said, it doesn't just clinch to your protagonist. Easy watch. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Nerd down?
Nerd down.
Nerd down.
Nerd down.
Aldo Mendez with the Nerd Down with the Nerds Get Down. That's Drew Elias, Christopher James, CJ, our friend. That was a crazy episode. It was a really fun anime.
Super fun.
Episode 134 of Between Nerds on Haikyuu Season 2. Please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, all social media at Between Nerds.
One word.
One word. Also, email us if you have any suggestions about these videos that you guys watch, and any comments that you guys want to put us. Email us at betweennerdspodcast@gmail.com. What else? YouTube?
YouTube, we're at 167 subscribers. Again, I want 500. I need that extra, 333.
We're on episode 134, guys. These guys deserve.
And we've been averaging like 5 subs, like almost 2 clips.
Because, I mean, that's a big catalog.
Yeah.
That's a big catalog. Most people are always like, oh, man, I already caught up to all your videos. There's no way in hell. There's
There's
a lot
no
of
way.
things.
There's
There's
no
a lot.
way.
So
We have-
you guys need to have, you have homework. You know what I mean? And there's always new episodes. Come on, man. Like,
We have legit, 300 hours worth of content.
exactly. So if someone's like, oh, I saw it all, bullshit. And if you have, then you're a big ass supporter, bro. You're a
When we
big
did
supporter.
the episode with 3 movies, the Akira, Grave of the Fireflies, and Perfect Blue,
Yeah.
that was insane.
Well, even then, that's not even our longest episode.
Yeah.
Our longest episode's almost 3 hours. That one was under 2. And think of how tired you were. That was
For the
episode
JoJo's?
4.
Yeah, for all
Think
of
of how tired you were recording an hour and 40 minutes compared to now we're talking about
5
Michiko
hours.
Tensei for 3 hours and 20 minutes.
When we talked about JoJo's, how long did that one go for? It's like
2
2.5
episodes.
hours.
Yeah. So
We
two
had
and a half,
2 episodes, yeah.
2.5 hour episodes
It was
just
like
to
a
talk about
5-hour
Stardust
total,
Crusaders.
yeah.
the first time we were in here forever and we
was
lost
6
some
hours.
video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That was crazy.
it was intense. God. Anyways, podcasting is fun, guys. Don't let it fool you. Don't let us fool you.
I saw this video on YouTube, the depressing life of streamers and shit like that. I'm like, damn, man, that made me so sad. I was like, bro, I want to know what their lives like behind the scenes, because they're always cheerful, but probably as soon as the lights go off, it's like that meme where it's just
Well,
bad,
honestly, it's because I've thought about it a lot. It's because that kind of content is just for nerds, and nerds are the worst demographic because they're the most likely to harass you. Mm-hmm. They're the most likely to
Bitch.
stalk you and bitch
Yep.
and actively work against you and try to sabotage you. How many streamers that are girls or content creators that are girls that are market themselves as nerds? We find out they're married or have a boyfriend or something,
Yeah.
which is fine, whatever. None of my fucking business.
Yeah.
And all these nerds get fucking mad. All these
I
nerds
can't
get mad.
fucking believe
I feel like
that
cancel.
she tricked.
I feel like cancel culture is just a bunch of hall monitor nerds, the people that just were fucking losers and dorks, and they're just I'm so bitter and mad, I'm gonna cancel you, and it's oh, okay, bro, that shit, I don't like that. To me, that's annoying.
I just think it's weird to have that much emotional investment
Into
in
something.
somebody that has nothing to do with you.
What they call
But
parasocial?
that's how people that are on Twitch and like you pay attention to your Twitch chat, like you want people involved, you want it treated like a community. So you want them involved, but you don't want them like too involved.
But that's not you guys. We treat you like family. You're like brothers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you're like our
yeah. Way to
family.
save that one. Hell
Like
yeah.
Olive Garden, like Olive Garden.
Like you guys are our family.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, Nerd Down, you guys haven't left any comments, so please comment on YouTube.
or no comments of quality.
No comments of quality.
That I feel like reading right now.
Yeah, we it's a little bullshit, sometimes.
You kiss your mothers with those mouths? Like, what's going on
With
some
those
of y'all?
fingers?
Yeah, like what's going on?
You type with those fingers.
Yeah, like come on, man. You text your mom with those fingers?
So, did you watch Last of Us?
Yeah, I watched The Last of Us. So we are recording before the final episode has come out, which is technically tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
10, right? Episode 10 is the last episode.
Yeah, but by the time this episode comes out, the final episode will already be out.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Oh, and that's the end of the first season? Or is
yeah,
this-
yeah. It's gonna be the end of the first season. They're
So,
gonna finish
what-
the game.
Oh, okay. So if this was in relation to the game, where would it be in the game?
The
Like,
end of
the
the,
end of the
the end of
at
the first
chapter
game.
1?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is the end of game 1?
Game
Yeah.
one.
Oh shit! Damn. That
So,
fast?
but
God
then,
damn.
but then, the lead producer basically did an interview where he said that they've basically already been greenlit to adapt the second game, but that he probably wants to do 2 or 3 seasons just for the second
for the
game.
second game. Oh, okay. I've never played any of them, so everything I'm
haven't
watching
played
is
the second
like
one.
is
Weird.
brand new
I
as
don't
fuck to
know.
me.
All I know is that there's no zombies in the zombie show, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just,
not
I'm just
a
being
bad thing.
facetious.
It's good. It's good, man. We were watching it, me and V, and just like when like the cabin starts lighting on fire, Ellie's just like
Honestly,
fighting
it
for her
got
life.
scarier. It got scarier once they threw like pedophilia into it. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh
yeah,
no,
that
Ellie, get
was-
out,
yeah,
get
like,
out!"
that
Not
was-
only he's a cannibal, but he's a pedo too.
I was
what,
like,
do
"Get
you
out,
guys-
get out, get
You know
out!"
what's crazy is like, I'm not gonna say like I called it, but I was like in my head I was like, what if this guy's like a pedo? And then
He
like
had a pedo
yeah, like he had like a
vibe.
pedo vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I was
pedo
like, this guy's
vibe.
like a little too overly friendly. And I was like, I don't know, it's like the end of the world type shit, and you're like this.
It disguised it with culty too.
Yeah, it just rubbed me the
Yeah.
By
like
being
very
religious.
culty. Yeah, so I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. Yeah, but when they revealed the whole pill thing, I was like, ah.
And then everybody gets a shitty portion, and he's just eating like a whole ass platter.
Pla-
of
yeah.
shit.
A person.
Yeah, dude.
I was like,
Wild.
what?
I did think that his like death scene with the building on fire felt like a final boss scene in a video game.
Yeah, it did.
It
It actually
felt like really final boss.
You know
scene.
what? When you see him eating, like you could later, like, you know how like you learned that it was humans and shit. Like it made me think of what's that one scene in The Walking Dead where they eat that one homie and he was like they eat his foot or some shit and he's like tainted meat. I don't know why. I just made me think of that shit. Like the whole time I was like, oh, you guys are eating tainted meat, bro. That's fucking gross.
That's wild, dude.
That show is. I think it's a cool spin on like. I mean, they're not zombies. It's like what did they say? Don't they say like they're not in control, but they're like fully aware of what's going on because they're still in their
hive
body.
because they're
Yeah,
fungi.
Yeah, because it's just like fungus. So like it's like someone's in control of your body and you're just watching.
Did
Like
you ever
that's
play
it.
Left 4 Dead?
Yeah, I played the second one. I never played the first
I
one.
think it's cool that like some of the enemies and like the bloaters remind me of like Left 4 Dead.
Oh yeah, shit like that.
Yeah.
Which one's Left for Dead?
It's the one where it's like a 4-player co-op at all times.
But each is, like, different
and you run
stories.
away from the killer or some shit like that.
No. It's like each.
It's like a 15-year-old game at this point.
yeah, it's
It's like
mad popular.
four-player co-op, first-person shooter, zombies.
Mm-hmm.
So then like you'd be trying to like get from point A to point B, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's just like different like hordes of zombies just between you and there. But then there's like boss zombies. There's like what the
like,
ones
the
that
Juggernaut,
yell. There's
there's
the
the
Juggernaut,
witch.
the witch.
Okay,
There's the
okay,
bloater. There's that fucking acid spitting one.
Yeah,
I can't remember
yeah,
which
yeah.
that one is. Dude, it's a dope ass game.
Is
But
that
it's
the one
cool.
with a hand on the cover?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that's the one.
because
Ah,
it's
got it,
4.
got it, got it.
Left 4 Dead.
Got it, got it.
And then Left 4 Dead 2.
And then it's-
Yeah, it's just dude. I was like, yeah. No, those games
Cool.
are addicting, bro. They're
I
mad
think I
fun.
played it once.
They tried to make like a reboot of it with the Back for Blood. I think that's what it was called. It was like a knockoff version of Left 4 Dead. It was.
I remember what I wanted to ask you, CJ. Did you play Elden Ring?
Yeah,
Did you beat Elden Ring?
I haven't beaten it yet.
You haven't beaten it.
I'm ready for the DLC though.
Okay, what do you think about like that cover for the DLC? That's Mikola on the cover, right? Do you remember who Mikola was?
I don't. to be
So
honest.
Mikola is the only demigod that we haven't seen. He's the full brother of Melania, the blade of Mikola. She's not the final boss.
Oh well then.
But the really hard one, the rock bitch. So like, Mikola was kidnapped by his half brother Moog, who's the Lord of Blood. And like, have you fought Moog?
I have, yes.
Okay, so do you remember that like cocoon looking thing in the back with like the hand?
Yes.
That's Mikola.
Oh shit.
So like Moog captured Mikola from inside his Halidry, which is where you fight Melania because she's there waiting for for him to show back up. But then Moog like was using his blood as like a blood sacrifice to appease like his blood god or whatever. So that character is who's on the cover of the DLC.
Oh shit. To be honest, I didn't know. Okay, well, yeah, now I know. But I didn't know that. So I was like, oh. No, but I'm actually like, are you trying to think like?
Well, I'm just saying I'm super excited because it's the only demigod we haven't faced. We don't know. We never got his rune. We faced all of his siblings, and then like
beat all of them.
Well, and then we're assuming that like his half brother, what's his face, the Golden, the one that's in like the very first cinematic that like the Knight of the Black Knives, he's the god that gets killed.
I don't remember his name is, if I'm being real.
Him. So like, did you fight the Lich Dragon, the one that like you go into a dream, and then you find like this black lightning dragon with like red lightning?
Did I? Damn,
it's an optional boss. A lot of the bosses in Elden Ring,
most of the
and that's what I
bosses
mean
are
about
in
Elden Ring. Like this is my, and I wanted to, I wanted to bring up Elden Ring too because I've been playing a lot of like Hogwarts Legacy, and like Hogwarts Legacy holds your hand like a lot, but not in a bad way necessarily. I just wish like the difficulty was defaulted. I don't like being given the option.
Oh, okay, I get
you.
To
to
like,
pick a because Elden Ring, like, it's hard.
Yeah,
that's
like,
what you know about that genre.
You're in what you're in.
But then, like, so, like, a lot of people aren't going to pick the hardest difficulty. That's weak. The action feels the same because, like, you're, like, somebody's going to do an unblockable attack and you got to dodge out of the way, and then you're just, like, zapping them with your little things. But it holds your hand because, like, it'll show, like, a spidey sense on top. Like, when an unblockable attack's going to happen. When you need when you can block it and you stupefy on them.
I get you.
Elden Ring, you just have to memorize it.
Yeah,
Ring,
like, well, honestly, it's because my thing about Elden Ring is that you end up you get used to watching like YouTube videos about it because you don't know where to go. Like half the bosses that pertain to like the actual plot are optional. They still don't explain to you what's going on. You're just supposed to infer it.
And then I walk through or anything.
Well, it's a lot about. That's why, like, another grievance I have like for Dark Souls games, like, because I've been all the Dark Souls, and it's kind of the same thing. Like,
did you play Sekiro?
I played it a little bit, but I never beat it.
Oh, okay.
I liked it. It was a really, really fun game, but how did I not beat it? I think I rented it from Redbox when it came out one time because I wanted to try it, and then I had to give it back the next day. But I was like, no, it was a really fun game, but I never beat it.
So the only way fucking
That's
Bloodborne has any path is because you can't go anywhere. It's just like the path set up.
It's a direct line.
Yeah,
because in Dark Souls it was like you would talk to someone and they'd be like, oh, talk to the master at the withering tree or whatever the fuck, and you're like, exactly where the fuck? Yeah, it's like what the fuck is that? And then you walk and you see like a big old decrepit tree, and you're like, that's got to be it, right? So you go over and there's someone there, and you're like, okay, guys, fuck it, this is part of the storyline, and it just
and that's what I miss about Elden Ring, or what I don't like about Elden Ring is that like it's so long, you forget what you're supposed to be doing.
Skyrim's like that too.
Well, but Skyrim has like, a quest log, though. It will show you where to go.
Right.
Or, like, even when I used to play, like, World of Warcraft games, even if it didn't show you the location, it'd be like that, where it'd be like, so-and-so said, look out for the Withering Tree, and that's the person I get to talk to. Elden Ring, you find an item, hour 2, you're just supposed to remember by hour 50 that, like, you were supposed to give it to this one person to move forward. Like, it's impossible to beat on your own. Like, you just have no idea.
No, there's times where I'm doing something, and I'm like, I'm gotta be missing something, because I'm like, nothing's happening, and I've gone everywhere I could have fucking possibly gone.
And then that got me thinking about Breath of the Wild, because my issue with Breath of the Wild is all puzzles. Like as opposed to previous Legends of Zeldas, where it's like actually about like the boss fights and the combat and dungeons and trying to use your new weapons for said dungeons. You have none of that in Breath of the Wild, and it's just all puzzles all the time because that's what the little fucking hut things are.
Yeah, I was kind of annoyed by that.
But then, like, with the really hard ones, I have access to the internet. I'm just gonna look up what the answer is, and that's how I felt playing Elden Ring. But then Hogwarts, like there's this happy median that I haven't seen recently. Is what I'm trying to say.
Like, over here. Just over here. Just guiding you through the plot.
Yeah. Like subtly, you know, or even just give me or Elden Ring just with a quest log. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, that'd be well, because there's games where, like, for example, like in Elden Ring, like I like the aspect that if I could stumble across something, it's because I stumbled across it. It's not because the game guided me to stumble across it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I don't like games where, for example, if you let's say you have a super secret sword and the only way that you were allowed to get it was because at the end of a boss you went to the right and the game was telling you there's the exit, go to the right, but you, for your own decisions, you decided to go left, and then you discovered the sword. I like when you stumble across things naturally, as opposed to the game has someone over there. It's like, hey, by the way, you may want to look over there or something. I don't like being babied. I guess
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, to add to, like, I wouldn't. For me, I guess I played a lot of Dark Souls. Having like a quest log would be a little helpful, but it kind of, for me, it defeats the purpose of, like, you're a knight in the open. You're what do they call it?
Open world.
Well, in Dark Souls, they call them, like, I don't know, the Ashen One or some shit like that. And so it's like you're just out. Yeah, like I'll say you're
Elden
in the
Ring
open world.
Tarnished.
The Tarnished. Yeah. So like you're in this, like,
I guess I'll take
hell
help
of a
from
you're like
from
in the
Tarnished.
underworld of this place, and you're just in the journey.
Red Dead is just like GTA. You know, it gives you like on the map is like a different color, and these are like the primary missions, and like these are the sub fucking things. But you could also play like however the fuck you want to. That's nice. That's a nice medium. I feel that you're talking about.
Yeah,
Man,
like I like
still
being
need- I
able
still
to
do need
make
play
your
Red
own.
Dead. Yeah.
You need to, man.
Red
That game
Dead's
is.
good.
You beat it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did the
dude.
storyline.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Amazing storyline, bro. You would love that fucking game.
What's your favorite Bethesda game?
That's a good question.
So what are your options? It would probably be like Skyrim, New Vegas, Fallout 3.
I was just playing Vegas.
Oblivion.
I was just playing Vegas like 2 days ago. No
For
bullshit.
real?
Yeah, no bullshit. I started.
I
a whole
wanted
new
to
story.
restart it the other
Yeah,
day.
I literally restarted the whole thing. I was like, you know what? I want to play it again.
Because I
restarted
downloaded
it.
Fallout 76 and I didn't like it.
No, I didn't like 76.
It's too
either.
MMO-y.
Fallout 4 was really fun, but there's just like a lot to fucking do in that shit. Like, it's like a lot to do in that shit. And I don't get me wrong, like Vegas has a lot to do, but it's a little bit more simplistic. So I like Vegas, and because you got guns in that bitch. So that's what I
Doom
like
is
a lot.
pretty cool. The Doom Eternal, the remaster one, that was.
I have
Have you
Doom
played
on my
it?
Switch.
Yeah, I have
I
it.
have Doom on my Switch, the 64 version.
I have it on PS4.
Or Doom 3.
It's good.
I kind of want to get to. I kind of wanted to get Octopath Traveler 2 also.
Oh, I heard that game was pretty fun.
I played the first one. I never beat it because it was honestly kind of long, and I didn't like that it didn't have voice actors because there's a lot of dialogue, and I got tired of reading.
Is it like those Tales of Vesperia games? Have you
Yeah,
ever heard of those? Is it
yeah,
kind of like that?
it's
I've
kinda
always
like
wanted
those.
to. I've always wanted to try because everyone was like, "Oh my god, you got to try this!" Or like, what's that one? Fire Emblem, something like that. Because I know there's a fuckload of dialogue.
Fire
in
Emblem
those.
is like grid gameplay though.
Oh, is it like strategic type?
Yeah,
shit? Oh, okay.
yeah. So yeah, it's an RPG. Yeah, you're doing RPG stuff, but then like the actual battles are like the grids or whatever.
Okay.
And I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Because I play a lot of RPGs, and I was thinking about Persona 5. I don't know how we haven't had an announcement for Persona 6 yet.
I still need to beat those games. I've never played them. But
You've
I heard
never?
I've never played them.
Just play Persona 5 Royale. It's 120 hours. Like, it's stupid time,
I think
bro.
on the Switch it's on sale right now. I should probably get it.
Oh, because it did come out for the Switch. It got ported to the
Yeah.
Switch like January.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was on. I saw it the other day. I was on sale because they have that one in part 4. I think also on there too.
I think there's one that has like the 3 PSP version.
Oh, is it really?
And 4, yeah.
Oh shit. Well, to answer your question, though, I think my favorite Bethesda game.
Oh,
would
yeah, that was my
probably. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be Oblivion.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that
Yeah,
because
I
Oblivion has the
probably
best DLC
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Oblivion.
Like the Shivering Isles and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
dude. I think I'm still playing through the Shivering Isles right now. believe it or
From
not.
what? From which one?
Oblivion.
Elder Scrolls 4.
There you go. Did you ever play Morrowind? Elder Scrolls 3?
No, I never did.
That one was. It was pretty cool. It's just like they took away a lot of like what Oblivion has. Like, I mean, obviously since it was before. It's not that they took it away; they just didn't have it at the time.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, you don't have like certain like shield blocking shit like that. It's just like it's a fun game, but you're like, damn, this is not Oblivion. Like,
I liked
it's funny.
Oblivion more than Skyrim because the like sneaking was better. They had a lot more quest lines. that I thought were better for like the Thieves Guild and like the Dark Brotherhood and stuff.
Oh, the
like
Dark
that.
Brotherhood one and the
In Oblivion
was way
cool,
better
because like you find that person that's living inside of the statue but then like Skyrim or
wasn't
it
there
Skyrim?
wasn't there a snitch in the Dark Brotherhood and Oblivion? Because I remember you have to go. I remember.
I think that's a plot in Skyrim that there's like only 3 left or something in the Dark Brotherhood, and you have to figure out who the snitch is.
Oh, I can't remember. Oh, okay. I think you're right. And it ends up being that fucking jester, right? That clown dude. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Man, I love those fucking games. I gotta replay them again.
You know which ones I never cared for? The Assassin's Creed.
I played
3 was fun.
I played 3.
3 was.
Which one's that one?
Is 3
the
the
Native
first?
American. The Native
Oh
American.
no,
dude.
I played 2. Or which was the
Oh,
first?
I played 3 and Black Flag, the pirate one.
Black Flag was
Black
kind
Flag.
of cool.
I beat it, dude. That
was
that
kinda
one was
cool.
my favorite.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which was the
biased.
first one with PvP? Because that's the one I played.
Brotherhood?
It might have been
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood because like I remember because it was crazy because like the PvP's like you have to like guess who the assassin
Oh
is.
yeah, you would be in a crowd of people and you would have to like
Yeah,
blend
yeah.
in.
There was a crowd of
I
people.
remember
you have
that
to blend
'cause,
in.
like-
but it's like Among Us because it's like you have to look out for people that look like they're following you.
Dude, and you know what I liked about that? I'm pretty sure you are talking about Brotherhood because I used to play with some of my homies, and what I liked about it, it would be, just think of it this way: it'd be a map of just us 3, but it would be like there'd
bunch
be
of
like
NPCs everywhere.
100 Drews, 100 me's, and 100 U's.
Like
and then
with
you'd
my
have to
character model, his character.
Yeah,
model.
and then you'd have to figure out who the real ones are out of all of them, bro. And that shit was, and you could only figure it out based on like, because after a while, a character's gonna like move, they get bored. You know, someone's like, I'm gonna move over here, I'm gonna do something, and they do something that isn't generally what an NPC would do, and you're like, that's you. I fucking.
You would have to look out for who's following you.
Yeah, and because then they would have the goal is for them to assassinate you before you like whoever assassinates whoever first wins, obviously.
Right.
So
That
you would
was
see
addicting.
people that would chase, like you think you're chasing someone and the whole time you're being chased. Oh, that shit was fun.
I just remember getting the first one and then being like, okay, this is repetitive as shit. And then the second one, too, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I didn't play any until Black Flag. Black Flag.
That's what I didn't like about Cyberpunk because Cyberpunk got super
Like stale?
repetitive after a while.
The third one to me was like the third one.
Sorry, my
That was random. The third one to me.
Aldo just had to remind us he's Mexican for a second.
just show you, oh, was that me?
My
Was
bad.
that-
Oh
was
shit.
that me? My
There's a card I
apologies.
saw that somewhere.
Sorry, it's me. They're ringing me up. But the third one is when they brought boat driving. I think that was on the first time. It was like it wasn't like a massive ship or nothing, but it was a tiny little one, and you're able to drive the boat. I think you attacked somebody briefly for a quick moment, and then that was it. And then in Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4 is when you had full on shit battles.
Yeah,
That was
crazy.
fucking badass. You
Aren't
never
they
played
doing
4?
another one?
It was
I don't even know.
4 Black Flag Origins,
And then Spider-Man 2
Odyssey,
comes out this year, right?
Valhalla.
Yeah, is there a Spider-Verse?
No, I think that was. I think Valhalla.
No,
was
not
last.
the movie, the game.
Oh, the second one?
Yeah, we're getting a new Spider-Man game this year.
Oh
no,
yeah,
the third one.
yeah. I think you're
so.
right. Yeah, I think you're right.
The one that's gonna have both of them.
The Wolverine too.
Yeah.
The Wolverine Night is this year, I think, too.
The
Was it really?
game?
Yeah.
What kind of game is it?
It's like the same creators from the Spider-Man one.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds fun.
Because honestly, a lot of people are shitting on the demos that are out for the Suicide Squad game.
Oh,
I didn't even know.
It
Oh,
looks
I didn't know
shit.
there was a game.
It's 4-player co-op, but like it's like Fortnite.
Yeah, dude.
is it really?
looks
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, it looks like Fortnite.
It looks-
I haven't seen what it.
And you have to play for you have to pay for a battle pass. And
Oh,
like,
that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Ever since they introduced like battle passes, that shit.
It's
got
'cause
on
it
my
makes
fucking-
money.
It does. Don't get me wrong. It does. Like if the game's good enough, then yeah, like buy the battle pass.
like
It's, like,
Apex
$10.
and what's the Blizzard one? Overwatch? No.
No, yeah. Overwatch.
Is it Overwatch?
Yeah, I think that's Overwatch.
Oh, yeah.
Like Overwatch and like Fortnite make stupid money. Stupid.
Dumb
Luka
money.
Doncic is
He plays
ranked,
Overwatch,
is
doesn't he?
ranked
Yeah.
platinum in Overwatch too.
Yeah, that's fucking nerdy.
That's
hard as fuck.
dirty as shit. Like I was literally watching this TikTok of these Twitch streamers just like in the platinum like random ranked game.
And he
It's
was in
it's
it?
like 3 guys and just some random guy, and they're just like, "Hey, where are you from? What do you do?" And he's just like, "Oh, my name's Luca. I play in Dallas. I play basketball." And they're like, "What team?" And he's like, "Oh, the Mavericks." And he's like,
Luka Doncic.
Luka Doncic. He's like, "Yeah, don't you know I'm ranked platinum in Overwatch?"
What the fuck?
And it's like, what?
Known that. I would have never known that. Because I know that there's like I know they have what's that guy's name? He's the one that fucked up and said that
Honestly,
Jewish
if I
slur.
were to get into one of them more, I would want it to be Overwatch too.
Yeah. It's
I
a
would.
fun game.
Because like I used to play a lot of WoW, you know what I mean? And like they're taking like that hero aspect, like the it's Fortnite-y, but you have like your extra mechanics that are like as
it's
done
dope.
by Blizzard.
Well, I think they balance it in a good way because I played Overwatch too. It's free as far as I know right now. And it's cool because like you have different. It's like how they say you have a healer, you have like a tank, you have a person that can assault, or whatever the fuck. You have someone that's gonna go in and razzle dazzle you. I don't fucking know, but I like that they have different aspects in it. So it, like you have to come together collectively. No, that's a good one to play. It's actually pretty fun. I liked it, but only because it was free.
Play Harry Potter.
I need to. I'm not a huge fan. Of
I just got Crucio.
Crucio?
The sound effects they use when you use it is evil,
bro.
Like it's literally like this evil screech. It's like
once you get that Avada Kedavra, bro, you better start blasting.
Well, honestly, I was so like people have mastered like the builds and the specs for this game, just like they have for like Elden Ring and stuff like that. Avada Kedavra is not even the most like busted like combo.
Is it really?
So like you can do Crucio and then mark all the enemies with a curse. So normally it does extra damage, right? But you don't want to use Avada Kedavra because the cooldown time's long. But there's a spell that turns them into like an exploding barrel.
Oh, my friend's telling me that.
So you mark all of them with the curse, turn one of them into the exploding barrel, and then destroy the exploding barrel, and they all die.
That's funny as fuck. Damn, would you learn that off of someone else made that?
There's like a TikTok or something.
You know, I was watching this.
Like, sweet.
No lie.
Yeah, exactly.
I was watching this video the other day. Who the fuck was talking about it? I can't remember who was talking about it.
It's like, well, hold on. Last point. While you're remembering, just like it's like why Elden Ring is both easy and hard. Like it can be super super easy if you just watch any YouTube video on how to cheese them. Like literally every boss, including Melania, has cheese. But then like you can be like legit about it and not use any summons, not use your mimic tier, not even use magic, because there's some people that have to treat it like it's Dark Souls, and you're just in there right in front of them, just dodging and then slicing and then dodging and then slicing.
That's me. I treat it like that.
Do you?
Yeah.
I was even using a cheap ass build. I was using like a dual handed twin blade bleed build.
Fuck. Which one was I using? I was using. I can't remember what the name of the blade was, but it's like a long curved blade, and it was like a blood blade, and it would do a lot of bleed damage. And I can't remember what the fucking name of it was, but I just know that it would do like if I had this one move where you know how you like hold the left trigger and it does like the special move. It would do like a backflip, and you just see like this like spiral of blood come out. It was really cool. I forgot. I can't remember where the fuck I got that. I would use that, and then I would use there was this one. What the fuck is the name of it? It was like a meteorite sword. I think that's what it was, and that shit did a lot of bleed damage. And it was fast as fuck, so I could just like.
But see, some people would say bleed damage is cheating because
Well,
it's so broken because it procs.
Well,
Like,
no,
like
but
it
I mean-
builds and then it.
But I mean, it makes sense because most of the people you come across are going to be bleeders, so it's like, why wouldn't you use that? But I mean, I've only done that because that's how it was in Dark Souls. But like everybody would use bleed damage. Dark Souls would use you would either use bleed or curse. Like curse would do a lot.
You know what I watched the other day? I watched the world record glitchless run for Elden Ring the other day. It's 54 minutes.
Really?
54 minutes, you can beat the entirety of Elden Ring, bro.
Damn, bro, that's fucking.
That shit took me like 3 months.
Well, have you seen those videos of people that where they're like, "Oh, I defeated Elden Ring without taking a single hit of damage," and I'm like, "How the fuck?"
No,
did
it's
you do-"
crazy.
That's insane.
Like you like. So I'm watching this guy do this run. He's not even building into like whatever the stat was that gives him more health. Not even specking into it all.
Vitality.
No vitality specking. Just all strength and dexterity.
Bro, that's
So
smart.
so he's just like and like.
that's for people that you know for a fact that you're fucking good at either parrying or just straight dodging.
Just straight.
Yeah,
he only
like,
dodged.
yeah.
He only
Yeah.
dodged. He like, and but he knew which weapons worked on which one. Like who's susceptible to arcane
work,
damage,
yeah.
who's susceptible to bleed. Like
That's a good
So
player.
he knew which exact weapons to get to be
use.
able to finish the game.
No, that's clutch. That's actually.
And then
really
and then he's like bitching half the run about spending 5 extra seconds on the fire giant. I'm just like, do you know how long it
good.
took
Right,
me to
it's
beat
like,
the fire
bro, it's
giant?
like- yeah, I see videos like that, and
What
then, I see videos of like speedrunners, and they'll be like, "I'm supposed to beat this guy in like 10 minutes," and then it's like 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Like, I gotta restart because I didn't do it. I'm like, God damn, bro, you know how far you
I
got.
watched that for the Bloodborne one.
I've seen them for the first Dark Souls.
The Bloodborne fight where like it's in the maze.
I've never played Bloodborne.
You never played Bloodborne?
I don't have.
Yeah,
a
I know
PlayStation.
what
I never had a
The
PlayStation.
one that's in the maze for the speed runs for that one, that's where you always see people having to reset because like it is kind of random where like he spawns and like if if the AI is like not helping you a little bit and you get really, really unlucky, then you're gonna have to reset there. And like I see a bunch of people get mad about that one.
You know what? One thing I wish they would have brought in Elden Ring was mimics. You know what a mimic is? From Dark Souls, it was like a chest, but it would be a fake chest. It would be like the chest with the mouth, and it actually would just fucking bite the shit out of you. Most times it would take like damn near all your health, and those bitches were hard as fuck to kill. And I used to love those because the only way you could tell if a chest was real or not, you actually had to pay attention. You would actually like get close to the chest, and then ever so slightly you would see the chest open and close because it was breathing. And so you'd be like, "Oh, this is a fake one," or you would see. I remember someone pointed out if it was a real chest, there's a chain on the side. If it would curve up like towards the back, it was a real chest. And if it curved towards the front, it was a fake chest. That's how you could see shit. I was like, oh, I never noticed shit like that. And so someone pointed out, I was like, oh, okay. And then you start picking up on shit. Because before I would just go see a chest and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, open it up. And that shit would try to eat me. I was like, what the hell? But you pick up on shit like that. So I like it.
Crazy. Video games are cool.
You learn a lot more on your like second run throughs on a lot of shit.
Play Harry Potter.
I'm probably gonna get it soon.
You have to.
I have to play that shit soon. It's only single player, right?
Only single player. I think what does suck though is that like all like the discoverable parts of the map are marked on the map.
Okay.
So that's what kind of sucks because like literally at a certain point in the game I was just like going through the map, just going through like all the markers. And I'm just like this isn't fun. Like and that reminded me of Cyberpunk cuz Cyberpunk is just like you have all these side quests, all these missions, all these markers but they're all the same thing. Yeah, they're all literally going
But you already know like where to go.
Yeah, going to the same building, fight the same enemies, but it counts it as a different mission, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just like ugh.
It's like watch and repeat. That's how I feel like a lot of like games are nowadays. It's just like kind of like rinse and repeat of shit.
That's one of the aspects but it also makes sense for like GTA and Red Dead to do it like that. But like the online, it's like that. So if you want to get better at being a hunter, you got to do the same fucking 5 hunting missions.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
And then you level out that, and you get some rewards along the way of like leveling up like into like 150 or some shit like that. But yeah, it gets a little
like repetitive. Yeah, it gets like a little repetitive after times. No, yeah, because I would play like for example like Red Dead Online. Like, I would play, like, certain missions or whatever the fuck, and it's like, oh, this is fun. And then after a while, you're like, all right, like, I literally just did this, but I'm just doing it on another part of the map or something like that. Or instead of, like, they'll be like, I need you to go destroy someone's moonshine. It's like, okay, cool, I'll go do that. And then they're like, I need you to go destroy their wagon. I'm like, that's kind of the same thing.
You need to kill the 3 brothers or the 2 brothers or
the
one guy.
They added bounty hunting missions and shit, so I thought that was really cool.
It's amazing. It's cool.
Yeah,
like the missions are really cool because you can pick like a hard one, a not so hard one, and
like a legendary one.
Yeah,
and
shit.
You didn't play Red Dead, bro. You would.
And like you like going to like the gun shop and getting yourself ready and getting your ammo and getting your horse and going over there and like trying to do that without like that much damage and stuff. It's cool. I like it.
No, it's a fun ass game. Man, video games are fun.
Video games
are fun.
Anime's fun too. Next week we are watching Birdie Wing Golf Girls Story.
I'm excited.
Anime original produced by Bandai Namco. Like the video game company.
I was gonna say what the fuck.
So I don't know when they got it.
There's a video game about it.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't even know.
If they have Mario Golf, I'm pretty sure they got Birdie Wing.
Absolutely.
And then after that, again, Blue Lock. Here we go.
Fire. I've been telling them.
Last episode comes out the day we are recording it, so
I've been telling them.
Hopefully, no hiccups there.
It comes out during the after. From what I remember, it comes out during the afternoon, so you guys should be pretty good to like watch it. And then
it's at 11 a.m. Pacific time, which would be like
I was gonna say like 12.
noon. Noon for us. So like on the 24th, the last episode should play up.
That's normally that's around the time like when I see on the thing, it'll be like, new episode. I was like, oh fuck,
fresh,
cool.
It's gonna be fresh,
super fresh. Hot takes coming in real quick. I guess that's about it.
I think so.
Like it.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's all. Mendez, Christopher James, Drew Philip Leas.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes, please. 500.
Everyone send nice comments to CJ, and we'll read them during the Nerd Down.
Yes. Mm-hmm. What do you think of CJ?
Please, I'm very emotional, so nice comments only.
Friend or foe?
Friend or foe? Can't wait to throw some funny YouTube short titles at this one too.
That's gonna be funny, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, and I wasn't joking. Steph Curry, you know.
Yeah. We'll sit Steph Curry down right here.
Steph Curry in the seat, the hot seat.
Yeah.
All right. Does a podcast. Interesting.
This has been
Between
Nerds.
Thanks for watching Between Nerds podcast. Somewhere on the screen is a link to our most recent episode. Somewhere else on the screen is a link to a body of clips that you all should watch. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.